How we doing, everybody? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me right now? If not, I think I know what I need to do, but we will figure it out. I'm waiting on somebody to tell me whether or not they can hear me. This is awkward. I'm just kind of sitting here like that. Giga, can you hear me? All right, sweet. That's cool. That's cool. Good. Good. You can smell me. Good. Very good. All right. So what's going on, everybody? Sorry for that. Somebody told me that adjusting the bit rate on my streams would make it better if I up the bit rate. And the thing is, like, I Googled it to see if Google would substantiate, and it did, right? Google said if I up the bit rate, it'll work. And the only thing that I could guess, the only way I could explain what happened would have to be something concerning the fact that I upped the bit rate. Like that's the only thing I could think of. And then when I put it back down, all of a sudden we're all good, I guess. So that's weird. I'm wondering what the deal with the audio was though, because the audio I had my regular audio input capture going. I had mic slash aux going just because I was like, dude, I don't even know what to do. And you guys still couldn't hear me until I switched it over to another scene, which is kind of weird. But it is what it is. It would, but your internet must not be strong enough to handle it. That's probably it. That's probably it. Um, yeah. So there's that. Anyway, today, all right, Fishtank live watch party. All right, thank you guys for being here with me. We're upping it because there's 2 weeks left. Okay, there's 2 weeks left. I figure, you know what, might as well do it before we can't do it, and then we got to wait 6 months to be able to do anything like this again. So here we are. But first, before that, couple of different things. I ended up on Justa Minx's stream last night. We ended up talking for I think like an hour and a half, if I remember correctly, and I'm gonna take the highlights from that hour and a half. Some of the funny things I said, some of the funny things she said. It was just an hour and a half long fucking roast battle. That's like from the second I was on there, we just started throwing hands immediately. And the thing is, I thought it was jokes, and I think it was a lot of jokes, but then there were some situations where I was like, there were some instances where I was like, wow, she's really fucking coming at me right now, isn't she? This is pretty fucking weird. But regardless, yeah, I mean, I had a good time. Her chat absolutely hated me, right? Which is pretty much what I would expect. That kind of made it more fun, is seeing all these fucking losers, all these fucking weirdo losers who follow this chick because they want to fuck her, who are literally upset. By the way, they are literally upset because I came at her on Twitter and we got into a spat, and that's how we ended up speaking to each other the first time. And yet I also ended up on her stream too. They're like upset because the bad boy, because the jerk won again. Girls, they only like jerks. That's what it is. That's what her chat was like the epitome of, was the neckbeard who's upset because they can't get the girl. Right? It was kind of fucking hilarious. That made it so much fun. I'm okay with hate. I'm all right with hate. It doesn't mean I want to be hated, but I mean, not to pull the Boston card, but growing up in Massachusetts, you get used to it. Me, I got used to it a lot later in life. I was very sensitive when I was younger, but as time went on, I kind of realized that like it doesn't matter and it doesn't mean anything, and a lot of the time people are just fucking with you because they don't think you're that bad of a guy, and that's the way us cold ass New Englanders talk to each other, right? We fuck with each other. So I don't mind I don't mind Justin Minks throwing shade my way. I'll throw it her way, and I'll do it 10 times better than she will. And her chat throwing legitimate hate my way was just fucking hilarious. It was icing on the cake. In WWE, it's called being a heel. Oh yeah, no, I know what a heel is. But the thing is, I wouldn't consider myself to be a heel. I try to be as nice to people as I can be, but I can throw down. I can put up the dukes when necessary, right? Can somebody share Brian's YouTube or whatever? Yeah, if somebody has Brian's YouTube channel and they want to post it in the chat, feel free. You know, Brian's a cool guy. I like him. He said that he's getting into boxing too, so that's cool. That's really cool. I hope he sticks with it. I'm just reading a couple of these before we get on to what is probably going. For those of you that don't know, which is probably nobody here, there were two fights last night. It was Tay versus TJ, and Shinji versus Mr. Beast. Right? There was a new freeloader who ended up in the tank last night named Mr. Beast, and I don't even think he was there for an hour before he rang the bell and then was thrown in for a boxing match against Shinji, which is what it's going to be. I can't wait to take a look at those. I'm actually very proud of them, I'll say, because they had two of the best fights thus far. And I don't think it's a coincidence. That they trained with me and they had the best fights of the season thus far. And I'm not saying that it's like they had the best fights, which means I get the credit. I get the credit. No, what I mean is you can see the difference between training and no training, and it makes me proud that the training was my training. Right? If you compare Dunye and Oliver versus Tay and TJ, or even Shinji and Mr. Beast, you see the difference between the two. And there have been some people that I've noticed who really have been throwing shade towards like the karate and me and shit like that. I don't need everybody to like me or love me, but one thing that feels vindicating is seeing that. I'm just going to be honest with you, right? Now, Alex coming in with his own live streaming rig as well. Is Alex Stein in there? Oh, he's going to be in tomorrow. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I hope I get to meet Alex Stein. You know, Alex is a cool dude. I ended up reviewing one of his fights, his only fight to my knowledge to date on Carnival of Combat. We didn't get to see each other last season, but I would love to get in there this season and get a little bit of training in with him. That'd be really cool. They tricked him into ringing the bell. Yeah, they got Mr. Beast in there, and they immediately started putting him through the ringer. You know, I'd feel bad if it wasn't Fishtank. I'd feel bad. I'd feel bad if it wasn't hilarious. Lou Gubrius, we need you back in the tank. I'll be back in there. Don't worry. Sam needs to bring back Warren. Warren. Should I know who that is? Warren. Warren isn't the homeless guy, is he? I don't know why people don't like the karate. It really was the start of the summer thing, which was max content. Yeah, I mean, some people just don't like stuff. You know, it is what it is. You know, it's whatever. Like, I understand. I have a niche interest, and that niche interest is like, it's an interest that when you start talking about it, people are just like, oh, and their eyes glaze over, and they're like, oh, wow, right? They do that. Which is really stupid, because whenever somebody does that, it's never somebody who can fight, right? You ever notice that? The people who, they act that way towards fighting, they can't fight, right? They can't hold their own. I'm not like mad, you know, if you're not interested in fighting, that's one thing, but it's when you're openly hostile to the idea or the philosophy or the science of what fighting is, you know? Or you see, I'm getting into a topic that like I always try to make sure there's room, right? What I mean by that is not everybody who's not interested in fighting is like a dickhead, obviously. What I mean by that is people who tend to have a blasé attitude towards it, or an attitude where it's like, yeah, I don't need to listen to this guy, or something like that. They tend to be the people who can't fight. But, you know, whatever, bro. Whatever, dude. You're getting a lot of folks in the tank at this rate. You might as well bring in a UFC guy as a wild card. Yeah, let's see if we can get Sean Strickland in there. Let's hit up Sean Strickland and be like, yo, dude, I know you got to fight in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, but like, or is it this weekend? I know you got a fight coming up, Sean, but dude, you should totally fucking come on this Fishtank thing. He'd probably do it for a day or two. No joke. 144p for authentic 2006 YouTube experience. Is it fucking up again, dude? If this thing is fucking up, I'm gonna be so mad. Urgh. What's up with the TJ controversy? Is it over or is it still going on? Dude, there is just nothing but controversy this season. I don't want to talk too much about the season as a whole until after the season is over, right? And even then, there's certain things that I'm not going to want to talk about. In addition to that, I don't know that much. I just know a little bit more because I was a little bit closer, right? But if there's one thing I've noticed this season, it's there's a lot of people who are mad about a lot of things. And a lot of the things people are mad about are things that, like, I could understand maybe a little bit of disappointment, maybe in some of the cases, but in most cases, it's just like, dude, shut up. Like, that happened 3 weeks ago. That happened 3 weeks ago. You're still mad about that? It's crazy. It's fucking insane, you know? And that's what this season has kind of been. And I see it and it pisses me off. Fucking, I couldn't imagine being in the basement all day, you know? So props to Jet, Ben, Vance, Josie, Sam, you know, Bex, fucking Cowboy, you know, Max, everybody who's in and out, right? Um, but yeah, anyway, Stamp Fairtex is the shit. SAR in Denver on the 1FC card. That's pretty cool, Cody. I gotcha. You deleted it after I read it. Yeah, I'm not that. Dude, yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I'm sorry if it's buffering, guys. I don't even know what I could do. Like, I don't know, maybe I need to put the bit rate down even more. Like, maybe that's what I gotta do. I hope not, right? But, you know, it is what it is. Um, what's going on, JC Pliskin? Um, yeah, I don't watch One FC that much, but you know, I know it's legit. I know it's real legit. So, you know what? I feel like we should save the Tay versus TJ for last. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that. Right? I thought I had Shinji versus Mr. Beast. Uh, that should be up by now. I'm sure they have it up by now. Yes, okay. So, we're going to do Shinji versus Mr. Beast first, okay? I'm going to have to just find it real quick here. All right. Here we go. So, and you know what I'll do just to make sure this is going to actually like record what I want it to record. I'll hit record on this. All right, so this is Shinji versus Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, right? Obviously, it's not the real Mr. Beast. I don't know whose dreams or whose illusions I just smashed there, but it's some guy. I think his name might be George. I think he actually has or had sort of like a decent following on YouTube. I know on Instagram he has like 40,000 followers or something. So I guess you could kind of sort of consider him to be a celebrity guest in two ways, right? But Scott, Trish is in a crop top right now. Somebody better screen cap that for me. Somebody better screenshot that. No, but so basically, Mr. Beast comes in and they tricked him into ringing the bell, according to people who are in the chat. That is hilarious. Now, the bell doesn't always mean boxing, but it can mean boxing, and in this case, it meant boxing. And I think part of the reason they wanted it to mean that is because Shinji has not boxed anybody. Now, Frank was trying to goad him into a boxing match, but the thing is, Shinji's not an idiot. He kind of understood, like, all right, this is, Frank's only asking to box because he knows one Frank is at least 2.5 Shinjis, right? So he wasn't going to be dumb enough to end up taking that fight. But I'd say Mr. Beast is probably only like 1.5 Shinjis. You know, if 1.5 Shinjis on the tall end, on the big end. Okay, so Shinji ended up taking it. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna press play, and we are going to do our thing. See, I've been watching these. I've been watching these half speed, and I did watch the. You know what? I will do half speed. I will do half speed. Okay. I don't know if you guys like half speed or not, but I missed a few things in one of the fights, and I really want to make sure I do a good job on these things. So I want to make sure that I see as much as I possibly can. But here we go. Oh. Alright, so they just touched gloves, circling a little bit. Shinji kind of throws a jab, but he doesn't really try and make it go through. Oh, left hook from Mr. Beast over here. Left hook from Shinji, but the thing is, he's not really driving into him. He's just sort of touching him right now. Jab to the body, followed by a jab to the head from Shinji. Cross, followed by a jab, another jab. So he went jab to the head, jab to the body. But again, he's not actually really hitting him like that. He's just sort of like touching him. See, Shinji's really gotta he's gotta turn into his cross. So jab to the body from Shinji. Oh, that hook from Beast ended up landing. Shinji kind of reaching in with a jab. Another jab crossed. See, Beast, couple of hooks from Beast. Beast right now he's not as technical as Shinji is, but he's hurting Shinji because he's actually throwing weight into his punches. An attempted body hook from Beast, followed by another one that kind of slides off. Shinji's just sort of trying to shove something in his face. He's not actually hitting him. Oh, it looked like he hit him there, but I think the thing skipped. So Beast loads up, misses. I think that left hook landed. That second left hook basically just touched him. So that was good from Shinji, going high, low, low, high. But again, Beast is throwing weight into his punches, so he's making Shinji pay for it. There's a good one from Beast, followed by another good one from Beast. See, Shinji's got to keep his hands up. He's kind of keeping his hands out here right now, and that's not good. See, punches like that, they hurt to get hit with, but they're real easy to see coming and defend. All he's got to do is keep his hands here. So, one thing I do like from Shinji, we've seen a couple of times, is he's going body to head. So, kind of pushed into his head more so than he hit him, talking about Beast. Oh, that was a good shot. That was a good shot from Shinji. I think he just caught him off guard and staggered him. You can see Beast is tired. Oh, Shinji puts his hands down, but Beast starts coming in. You see, Shinji almost got hit. He got very lucky he didn't get hit there. There, too. See, what Shinji's doing is he's walking in. Oh, that was a nice cross from Shinji. What Shinji's doing is he's walking in and he's just kind of touching, right? He's not making Beast respect his power. And because of that, Beast is able to just swing and every now and again connect. I actually don't think this is the end. I think this is just in between rounds. I'm going to let it run until I think they are going. But Shinji really needs to make sure he doesn't end up standing in the pocket like that, because that's where he's going to end up getting hit. It's really dangerous for him, especially because he's standing there with his head up, just sort of like playing patty cake against Beast's head and belly. You know, you can tell the difference, even though Shinji, and it is kind of even right now, I'll be honest with you, but even though Shinji, when he's getting in, he's making contact more, Shinji is getting hurt more. So it's kind of a weird situation where, I mean, I guess Shinji would be winning on points, but the damage that's being done is Beast. So since this is Fishtank boxing, and we're not a bunch of pencil pushers, we're not a bunch of number crunchers, it's kind of tough for me to 100% say Shinji is winning right now, even with that really good punch that staggered Beast over here. But looks like this is about to be round 2. We got Beast's corner man over here. Beast's corner man has his own little bit of headgear. You know, you can never be too safe in a boxing match. Galen Merrick says Shinji looks like he's walking into it after he throws his mitts. Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. Yeah. All right, so round 2 about to begin right now. All right, touching gloves. Circling a little bit. Let's see if Shinji comes out a little bit more tenacious. Swing and a miss from Beast. You see, he almost got bopped there. And that's because he's just kind of walking in. He needs to jab into range. So nothing really landing. Ooh, that was close. Ooh, that was a decent hook from Shinji. And you see, again, he's going body, body, head. He's going to the body to try and hold a... Oh, okay. Again, Shinji just has to be here. I know it's tough. I know it's stressful. Me, I don't prefer to shell up myself, right? I prefer to just get out of there, but he's got to shell up because that's what's going to happen. That was a really good overhand he just took, but Shinji gave it back. That was good. Wind up and whoosh. Ooh, that was... I liked that. Shinji timed it and he came back. So now Beast... I saw this last night and I started getting a little nervous because for a second Beast stopped defending himself altogether. A couple of good shots from Shinji in there as well. Shinji goes to the body, he kind of hits him in the ass. Comes over the top with a right hand followed by a left. And again, Beast is just kind of like, he's just taking it. He's stopped defending himself. A little bit of life from Beast. He ends up throwing a few that don't really land. So this right here, I'm actually going to pause it here and I'm going to go back because they didn't call it a knockdown, but here's the thing. I would have considered that to be a knockdown. It's a knockdown because in boxing, if somebody throws a punch that is considered a scoring blow, right? If I throw a punch and I land here, right, on you and you fall over, chances are they're not going to consider that to be a knockdown. But if I throw a punch and I hit you in the head and you fall over, it doesn't matter if it was because I absolutely knocked you the hell out or if I hit you and then you just happen to slip on an ice cube or something like that. That is classified as a knockdown. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to look at it because you're going to see Shinji he at least appears to land a short hook or an uppercut. Maybe it was kind of a hybrid of both. And that's when you see what's-his-face go down. So here we are. We're just about to see some life from Beast. And it should be about here. You see that? He ends up landing that short left hook and then Beast goes down. Again, it doesn't matter that Beast probably just slipped because he was out of position and he had his weight tossed in a weird direction. It doesn't matter. That's actually 90% of knockdowns in boxing. In boxing, most knockdowns are not actually from being momentarily concussed or anything like that. It's because somebody got hit when they didn't see it coming and maybe their weight was shifted in a weird way, maybe their feet were not exactly where they should have been, and because of that, the sudden change in weight due to the impact causes somebody to fall on their ass. That's why most of the time dudes get knocked down in boxing and they get right back up a little bit later. Sometimes they're like, oh man, I'm tired, I want the extra time. They wait, 5, 6, 7, then they pop up. But this, in my opinion, was a knockdown, even though they did not classify it as such. Now, I'm not like angry about it or anything like that. I'm not even scoring this. I'm looking at this from the standpoint of who do I think is winning in this little quasi-boxing rule set that we're following right now. And this right here, in this round, puts Shinji up. This is now a 10-8 round. So, we'll go ahead. I forget if he keeps going after this. He might have given up after this. All right, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Yeah, it looks like he's given up. Yep, that's it. So that was a really good fight. It was back and forth. Each of them had their moments, and I'm proud of both of them. Especially proud of Shinji. You know, he's been chill this whole time. You could tell he's not really the fighting type. He has a little bit of martial arts experience, but that doesn't necessarily make you the fighting type. It doesn't mean he wants to run around getting into fights with people. But he stepped up with somebody who was a lot bigger than him. Like I said, if I had to guess, this is probably about 1.5 Shinjis right here. So if you cut Shinji in half and stacked one half on top of one whole Shinji, you would probably get one Mr. Beast, right? That's probably what you would get. It was really good. If I had to give my opinion on who won, it would be a really tough one because I can't really tell you who I think won that first round. If I had to give it to somebody, like if I could not make it a draw, which is what I'm inclined to make it, if I could not make it a draw, I would actually probably give it to Mr. Beast, right? So it would be a 10-9 round. Now, the second round was definitely Shinji, all right? Shinji's round was a 10-8 round, which would mean on the scorecard, Shinji would win, right? You would add up the scores, right? So it would be 10 plus 9 is 19. And what's it called? 10 plus 8 is 18. It would be 19-18. Shinji's the winner, right? So, just from my view, Shinji wins this. Although, no shame on either end. No shame on either end. You know, even if you disagreed and you were like, oh no, I think Beast won, I'm not even mad that you think he won because he did such a good job. And even though, because of the knockdown, I think it's Shinji's round, it was a good fight, man. It was a good fight. This was definitely one of the best fights thus far. It was one of the easiest ones for me to talk about and analyze because it wasn't just like a quick little like crazy thing like with Dunye and Oliver and stuff like that. I'm really happy we got one of these. But with that said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move on to the other one. I'm just gonna check something real quick. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to read a little bit of the chat before we jump on there. Austin Solomon says, I think the rule was if a knee touches or someone falls, they stop and reset. Well, I'm going by my rule set. All right? I'm going by my rule set, okay? That's how we're doing this. Mr. Beast is going to stay in there 5 more days. Hopefully there's going to be more boxing with the Beast. Really? He's staying in for 5 more days? Good for him, man. Good for him. Sorry, I was just checking something real quick. Remember the GSP versus Hendricks fight? My friends were so mad when GSP won and I had to spend an hour explaining the 10-point must system to them. Yeah. I didn't see that live. I watched it years ago, and I wasn't sure who I thought won. I don't like the 10-point must system. I think there's better ways to do things, and boxing, and not just boxing, but like any kind of institution is going to be very slow to embrace a new, better idea, right? And it doesn't matter whether it's boxing or MMA. They have the 10-point must system for MMA, and it's the worst thing ever devised. And there have been so many robberies because they are using a boxing scoring system for mixed martial arts. And any attempt to make a better system is just them taking the 10-point must system and then being like, well, why don't we try scoring grappling this way this time? Why don't we try scoring grappling that way? When somebody gets a takedown, they have to do this in order for the takedown to be scored. That's all it is. What really MMA needs its own thing. It needs a whole new thing for it to be able to be what it's supposed to be. But unfortunately, we're stuck with this bullshit system that was designed by boxing officials because MMA wasn't really a thing at the time. It was still called like no holds barred at that point, or ultimate fighting, or whatever, right? It was still at a time where like they didn't have weight classes and stuff like that. It was crazy. What do you think of the Pride rules, where they simply just judge the whole fight and vote a winner? There's also the theory that you put scores on the board so the fighters know these score. I think that's a better system. It should be about who wins the fight overall, not about who can outpoint who, because you get travesties like Makhachev versus Volkanovski won, right? Like you can say what you want about the second one, right? And we are going to get started in a second, but you can say what you want about the second one, the second fight between Makhachev and Volkanovski. That's fine, but that first fight, I think Volkanovski won, hands down, no question. But because what's his face, Islam had more control time, they tried to call it well, they didn't try, they just did. They called it a win for what's his face, Islam, right? And that's a travesty, you know. Especially, you could see who was in control really at all times. The control that Islam had was really just him holding on for dear life because he couldn't do anything else. He just kind of had to sit there and hope and pray that he had enough stamina and enough of a good position to be able to hold Volkanovski down. That's crazy. It's crazy to see someone who has a back take position, right? And they look like they are the desperate one. It is crazy. And that's what I saw in Islam versus Volk 1. It's crazy. And they still had the nerve to be like, no, he won because he controlled the grappling better. It's like, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. There's a certain amount. Scott, would you ever go on a 4 hour long podcast? I guess I would. Yeah. I don't see why not, What was I gonna? Oh yeah, there's a certain amount of caveman brain that has to go into fighting, because fighting is not an intellectual thing in and of itself. There is an intellectualism that can be applied to it, right? But you cannot over intellectualize it. You have to understand that fighting existed before humans did, and it will exist after humans did. And you don't need a 200 IQ. You don't need a 300 IQ to be able to get fighting and be good at fighting. So when you have somebody who wants to try and apply 300 IQ logic to fighting, it never turns out good. It never turns out well, right? You need that simplicity. All right, one quick anecdote, and I mean like quick. Basically, there was another guy I went to school with. We were actually friends from a real young age, and we both got into fighting. We both train and stuff like that. This is a kid, like, we sat together in the fourth grade. I had him. He slept over my house that year as well for my birthday. Man, memories. But I remember our senior year, he got into a fight with somebody in the middle of a computer class. And the thing is, like, it wasn't like a serious fight. At least he wasn't taking it that way, right? He ended up taking the dude down, and he got in the back take position. He had a seatbelt, he had hooks in, right? And the kid he had in that back take position started throwing punches from the back take position. Now, this dude wasn't really trying to hurt the kid. The dude that I know. I'm not going to mention his name, right? He wasn't really trying to hurt the kid. He just kind of was like holding him in position. He could have slapped in a rear naked choke and put the dude to sleep easy. But he didn't. He didn't bother. And because of that, I remember everybody in the computer class that witnessed that, they were like, "Dude, we'll call him Tom. Dude, Tom got his ass beat, dude. Dude, I thought Tom was supposed to be like an MMA fighter, dude. Like, he just got his ass beat. Like, what the hell?" And it's like, he didn't. It's more that he was being merciful towards the other kid, partially because he thought it was all a big joke until the punches started flying, right? I talked to him about that later. But try explaining that to anybody who doesn't know. And at the end of the day, I mean, who did land more punches and who did more damage? Anyway, so here we go. So we have Tay versus TJ. A first. A first in Fishtank history. The first intergender combat match. Alright? So, I want to make sure everybody understands I am on nobody's side. I actually like them pretty much the same, right? I think they're both like cool people, right? When I was around them, I didn't feel like they were weirdos or anything like that. Although I have heard some things and seen some stuff that I'm not exactly a big fan of out of each of them, but you know it is what it is. Bottom line, I'm not. There's no dog that I have in this fight. I'm not cheering for either of them more than the other. All right, the last one, the Shinji one. Okay, you know I know Shinji better than I know Mr. Beast. I don't know Mr. Beast at all. I've at least been around Shinji a couple of times, and I like Shinji, right? So you could be like, I think you're biased towards Shinji. I am not biased in either one's favor here. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I forgot to mute this. All right, so jab from Tay. It almost made it through, but TJ got out of the way. So a couple of what looked to be glancing blows. That one landed. You see, TJ's just throwing jabs right now. He's popping her with some stiff jabs. The first few didn't quite land, but all those jabs are landing. See, the thing is, he's really trying to use power in his jab hand. You see him kind of winding up, and I'm not a big fan of that. Oh, that was a smart idea. He pushed her back when she tried to go in. Now, Tay leads with the right hand, which is actually a really good thing on her part, because TJ has a lefty stance. Ooh, Tay just got it. Tay just got bopped again. You can see the power difference between them. You know, TJ definitely outweighs Taylor. So TJ ends up kind of slapping her with that hook. Another straight jab from TJ. TJ's got a really good jab with his right hand. So Taylor coming around with the right hand again. Ooh, and TJ lands a right hand, followed by another sort of slapping right hand. Taylor goes to the body. Another one to the body from Taylor. And she ate it there. She ate it there too, and there. Yeah. So, right now, right, considering they broke it up, I would consider that to be a standing 8 count, all right? I would consider that to be a knockdown because they had to call it. And considering the punches that she was taking, when I saw this live, right, as soon as that started happening, I thought, shoot, man, somebody step in. Somebody at least break it for a second, dude. Somebody break it for a second to make sure Taylor's all good, okay? And luckily somebody did. So I'm going to call that a knockdown. It's going to be a standing 8 count, all right? Obviously, they don't actually give her the 8 count, but that was definitely fair. You could see that shot that started this little sequence. That shot, that I think it was like a kind of like a left hook or overhand left. You could see it really, you know, it rocked her. It rocked her for sure. But we're gonna go ahead. All right. Oh no, wait. I think he. It seems like Sam. Oh yeah, you know what? Sam did give her a standing 8. I forgot about that. That's something I saw live that I forgot about. I thought they didn't bother with that. So yeah, standing 8. That like even Sam is officially acknowledging this as a knockdown, right? So right now it's a 10-8 round or not from but for TJ. So TJ standing as a righty right now. Right hook from Tay kind of hits him right here. Kind of a weird blow. Another one to the same spot. So that didn't hit her. That hit her glove, and her own glove hit her head, which that happens a lot. Oh, nice. That was a nice stiff right hand from Taylor. I would have liked to see her turn into it a little bit more to get a little bit more power, but that was really nice. That snapped the head back, and she ended up having her head snapped to the side by TJ a second or two later. So I think that was a tricky move from TJ. I think he purposefully was trying to fake her out there. That was funny to see. All right, so what Taylor needs to do right now is she needs to start flicking that jab out to shove something in TJ's face when he tries to move in. Ooh, that was a decent blow from Taylor. It was partially blocked, but it was, it landed. Taylor got him in the corner. She should really. This is where she should really be trying to swarm. If she's got TJ in a corner, she should really be trying to swarm like Sam told her. Jab from Taylor. It looked like it didn't quite land. That was a nice little right hook, followed by another one. So, jab from TJ kind of sends her back. None of those punches are really landing. That one did though. That one definitely did. It's just there's the power difference is palpable, you know. So right up the middle from TJ doesn't quite land, and right hook doesn't land from Taylor. Uh, that pawing right hand from TJ sort of and followed by another jab and then another jab left to the body. See, TJ, he saw that she was going to start moving in, and he just tried to throw something in her face. Yeah, she's probably hurt right now. I'm pretty sure she's hurt. I didn't get to see this in its entirety, right? It kind of cut out on me. So, jab from TJ. Taylor comes back with a right hook, doesn't land. So, jumping, TJ still jumps. He still stims mid-fight. And that left hook to the body, that hurt. Um, I'm assuming he may have hit the liver. I don't think he definitely didn't get it like full on though. I think it may have just been a bit of a glancing blow. It looks like he kind of hit towards the center, but I don't know. The thing is, she's wearing a black shirt and he's got a black glove, so it's kind of a little weird to try and see. But something hurt. Something definitely hurt. You know, that was a good shot from TJ. Seems like they're kind of taking a second. She should probably get some water too. You know, Frank. I like that Frank has just decided he's got favorites. He just decides he's gonna cheer on whoever. Credit to him though. He gave some water to TJ. That's good though. All right. Any second now they should start. I'll go ahead and all. What do you think? We got all day here? All right. Oh, I want to go back a little bit. Okay. So here we go. Jab from TJ. Have no idea why he's doing that. I think he may have just been trying to see what she would do. So going to the same spot on the body. That was a smart idea from TJ. That's kind of what he wants to do. Ooh, he goes. It almost looked like he faked low and then came over the top with that left hook. That was a really smart move on his part. Right, straight up the middle from TJ, followed by a right hook that partially lands. TJ kind of pushing her off. Not a bad idea on his part. Ooh, that right hook from TJ ended up landing. So I want to see Taylor throw more jabs. Yeah, TJ is trying to use fakes, which is a good idea. I want to see Taylor throwing more jabs, and I want to see her lead. Ooh, that was a nice shot from TJ. I was saying you see, TJ is doing a smart thing, right? And I don't think he realizes why it's smart. Oh, there. Yep. Yeah. See, Taylor's hurt to the body right now. TJ's been making deposits, and he's finally able to cash out. Um, she really does not want to get hit in the body again, so she's just taking shots to the head. Like I said, I want to see Taylor throwing more jabs, right? And I want to see her leading with her right hand. Now, TJ, he's been having success from that lefty stance. And one of the ways he's been having success is by going to the body with his left hand. There he was doing it with from the righty stance, right? You can do it both stances, it's all good. Right hook from Taylor. Oh, Sounds like she ended up getting hit. He kind of backed off, but he's going back to the body, back to the head. Right hook from Taylor. Followed by another one. Neither of them really land. That one didn't land either. Looks like TJ's kind of tired, right? TJ's tired, and I think Taylor's just sort of, ooh, nice jab from TJ, followed by a right hook from Taylor. She really does not want to get hit in that body again. Right up the middle from TJ. It looks at least partially blocked, if not completely. So, what I want to see from Taylor, as I was saying, is jab and then lead with the right hand as well. But TJ, he's kind of got that down, actually. He's in a lefty stance, so he's leading with his left hand, and it's doing wonders for him, you know? He's kind of discovering lefty southpaw tactics on his own, which is, like, really crazy to see. I'm actually really happy about it. Ooh, couple of hard shots from TJ there. That was nice of him to back off, but he's right back on it, throwing left hook, right, straight right. Well, that was a jab, followed by another body shot. And dude, Taylor, that was hilarious. Taylor hit her with the jimmy. She actually made the jimmy punch work. That was a really good punch from her. TJ gave it back, but it was so fun to see that. And you could tell that hurt him too. That's the funny thing. The jimmy punch hurt TJ. So jab, at least partially blocked. This is really a battle of titans here. Neither of them wants to give up. Jab from TJ lands, followed by a right hook from but that one. That overhand right from Taylor, I'm not sure if it landed, but that straight from TJ definitely landed, and that gave him the opportunity to throw a few more. TJ goes straight right. I don't know if it landed, but that second one did, and then that third one that was really more of a jab, that definitely did. So neither of those landed. Jab from TJ lands. Taylor's just got to keep her hand up, right? It's actually really easy to block jabs when somebody's in a lefty stance, right? You know, it's the same side. And you end up clashing a lot. I'd like to see Taylor bat a hand down and go straight right. Or overhand. Ooh, that was a nice right hook from Taylor. Followed by an interesting looking punch that landed from TJ. Followed by another one that landed from TJ. TJ's gassing, and he's gassing hard. He doesn't want to give up, but you can tell. Ooh, that was a nice punch from TJ. You can tell because his hands are down, and he's only bringing them up to punch, and then they go immediately back down. So we got a little bit of wrestling here. Nothing really landing. I loved the look of TJ's arm flopping back like that. That was hilarious. So, that final punch from TJ looked like it hurt. I'm pretty sure this is the last round, right? Honestly, we'll hold on. Yep. That's it. She's taking the gloves off. Yeah, I mean, really good fight. Again, like, this is easily the best fight. I plan on doing a video where I make a tier list of all the fights for Season 2 and potentially Season 1, if I can track the footage down and stuff like that. I believe I actually did a video where I went over the fights from Season 1, so if I can do that, I will. But definitely Season 2 will be on that tier list. This is definitely going in S. Spoiler alert, right? Or if there's a tier above S. If whatever the highest tier is, this is going in there, right? Spoiler alert. I don't even think it's a spoiler. I think we all kind of know where this is going to end up. This was a crazy good fight. I'm very proud of both of them as someone who has gotten work in with both of them. You can see there are certain things that they definitely internalized from the lessons that I gave them, especially Taylor. I think the issue with Taylor was that she was just outpowered, right? She was just outgunned in the power department. Overall, I think she was a lot more, it was she looked more like a boxer than TJ did, even though TJ was more effective, right? What made TJ more effective was the power. I think if Taylor had to fight someone who was closer in size to her, she probably would have had a much better time, right? She would have had a much better go of it. And I mean, man, I'm really proud of both of them. At the end of the day, if I had to assign a winner, I would definitely say TJ. He dominated pretty much the whole fight. Taylor definitely had her moments. Like I said, making the Jimmy punch actually work was fantastic. In addition to that, there were a couple other moments where you could tell like she got something through and it actually hurt TJ. But TJ, he just kept landing. He kept landing and he kept doing damage. And in addition to that, there was also the standing 8 count in round, I forget whether it was round 1 or 2, but there was a standing 8 count in there. There was a knockdown. Really, I don't want to say Taylor got dominated. I think she just got outgunned. Like I said, outgunned in the power department, and that's really where all the dominoes started to fall. It was just that one domino, and the rest went down. No shame on either end here, right? Taylor did really, really good. I'm really proud of her. TJ did really, really good. I'm really proud of him. And I don't know. I mean, I never know when these matches are going to take place. I never know what's going on and stuff like that in terms of like what the boxing is going to lead to. All of these matches, they were not planned ever, right? It was always something where somebody decided to ring the beef bell, and now here we are. That's what happened here. That's what happened with Shinji and Mr. Beast. So I can't tell you whether or not there's going to be other matches. I'm sure there will be other matches, but I don't know if they're going to be as good as these, right? As good as this one, as good as the Shinji Mr. Beast one. Hopefully they are. Hopefully they're even better. And hopefully I can be there for at least one of them. I'd love to be there for at least one of them. I still want to beat up Dunye. But with that said, yeah, I mean, we'll go ahead. We'll move on. I'm going to read the chat a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and we'll jump into the watch party. I'm also going to grab an ice cold Coca-Cola. Have a Coke and a smile. We're going to have a Coke and a smile like Mr. Cosby. TJ versus Frank. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Shinji versus Mr. Beast was legendary. It really was. It really was. Thoughts on Frank asking Sam when they can glove up? I think Frank is in for it if that comes down to it. Because the thing is, Frank is so big that Sam is not going to be able to hold back, right? Me, I'm not a natural heavyweight. So when me and Sam do spar, he holds back on me because it wouldn't be very nice of him to go what would be his like 60 or 70%, even if we are doing hard sparring, right? And because of that, I make sure that I hold back too, even though like I know he could take my 80, 90%. You know, I don't give him that just because I don't want to be like an asshole, right? I try to make sure I'm a very respectful and responsible sparring partner. I think that's part of the reason why you know people like sparring with me, right? What was I gonna say? But like when we were training Jeremy from the quartering, I saw Sam kick it up on him a little bit in a way that he typically wouldn't. And it's not because Jeremy from the quartering was like really, really good, but it's because Jeremy was such a big dude. He had cinder blocks. He had dynamite for hands, right? I let Jeremy from the quartering jab me at like half speed, and I caught it right here. And when he did that, I look back up and I see the horizon do that for a second, right? He actually managed to get a little bit of a wobble out of me from his 50% jab, right? So Sam couldn't sit there and let him get away with too much. Frank is a similar thing where it's like Frank, I don't think he's ever boxed. But that doesn't really matter because he's such a big dude that if Sam does get hit, it's probably going to hurt him. It's probably going to hurt him, right? Excuse me. Can easily have defeated TJ with a well-timed straight when he goes for his stim break. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You got to learn patterns, right? You got to learn patterns. And you also have to learn your own patterns and you have to avoid them, right? You make a pattern and you break a pattern. And that's how you, one, keep your opponent off balance, but two, it's also the way you catch them, you know? If I'm sitting here, if I'm sitting here going jab, jab, cross, right? I go jab, jab, cross. You get hit by it. Jab, jab, cross. Maybe you get hit again. Jab, jab, cross. You start defending it now. I see you're expecting it, right? That's when I switch up. I start going jab, jab, cross to the body. Now all of a sudden you're trying to defend a cross to the head. I go down to the body, right? This isn't rocket science, but I'm explaining it, right? Then you start going jab, jab, body cross, jab, jab, body cross. He starts defending the body cross. Go jab, jab, head, jab, jab, body, jab, jab, head. Then you start adding a hook onto that, right? Like this, it's the way you got to do things, right? It's the way you got to do things. Who do you have your money on? Shinji versus TJ. Shinji versus TJ. I do think Shinji versus TJ needs to happen. I do think it needs to happen. And I got to be honest with you, I'm not 1,000% sure who I would have my money on in that case. But, Sorry, I'm texting my wife real quick. All right, anyway, Jax underscore 904. Thank you for the 199, man. Oh, excuse me. Thank you very much, dude. Glad to see you drinking Coke and not snorting it. You just see me stick a straw in and I start. Get them to build an impromptu ring, dude. That might be something for season 3. Look, I'm not. I don't know if I'm gonna be involved in season 3. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I'll see if I'm gonna be involved in season 3 when season 3 comes, and I'll know if I get a text from Sam, right? I don't want to assume that I'm gonna be ever gonna be involved in anything. I'm always very grateful, and I never have expectations of like Sam or Jet or anyone for that matter. Anything anyone does for me, I'm extremely extremely grateful for it. Really grateful, and I never expect it out of anyone, right? But let's say I was involved in season 3, maybe we could maybe we could get a ring set up. Maybe we could get a small ring set up, This room isn't huge, but it would be big enough for a very small ring. And it would make the fights a little bit more interesting too, because the smaller the ring, the more you're fighting in the phone booth. I'm gonna read a couple more. What's the chances of a season 3 even happening? 100%, dude. I don't look, I'm not in the back crunching numbers here. But to say that season 2 has not been successful, no, it's been very successful to my estimation, right? Oh, excuse me. Right? The way I see it, it's been very successful, and if I had to guess, it's probably been very successful, right? There's TTS, there's fish toys, there's a bunch of different things coming in, right? There was investment money and other things like that. So the idea that they're not going to have a season 3 just because Cole had to leave whether he left on his own or got kicked out, and now there's a bunch of like losers out there who are like, Cole's gone. Well, the show sucks now. It's fucking crazy, dude. Um, it's fucking bonkers, you know. That's where a lot of the hate does come from, if I'm being honest with you, right? The idea that like because there's people out there who like they're scouring Reddit or they're scouring the FTL thread, right? And they're like, "Oh, this show sucks now." That has no bearing on whether or not the show was successful, and it has no bearing on whether or not there's going to be a season 3, right? And in addition to that, right? In addition, in addition to that, I will say that there was a short exchange of messages that I was involved with yesterday between some people. Not going to say who, but season 3 was mentioned as a definite. It wasn't like if there is season 3, it was no, like when season 3 comes around in 6 months, right? Um hope that's okay to say, right? I would assume it's okay to say, right? I would assume Jet and Sam would not be mad at me for saying that there will be a season 3, right? But there will be, bottom line, right? You know, I think a lot of people, they go schizo, um, and they want to believe that they know what's going on when they don't. I don't even know what's going on. Um, like Sam putting up his Porsche for 300 grand. People are like, "Oh, dude, the season's going so shitty, bro. The season's going so shitty. He's got to sell his fucking Porsche, dude." Or maybe he got another fucking nice ass car that you can see right in the same frame. You can see the Porsche and then his other nice ass car. I don't even know what it's called. I think it was like a Spider or something like that. It was called a Spider, right? Maybe he likes that car better. Maybe he got bored of the Porsche. And since it's winter time and it's not like he's going to be able to drive it in the New England snow, he's like, I might as well just get rid of this thing. I like the Spider better. And I might as well take 300 grand and put it into another car or just have 300 grand liquid sitting around. Might not be a bad idea, right? But people, they want to believe things, so they see little things like that and they're like, oh man, oh dude, the show, Cole left and the show's over and Sam is broke. Sam's a broke boy now and he has to sell his Porsche. Got him. Cole won. Cole broke the fish tank. Cobble 6. Right? And it's like, shut the fuck up. Shut up, dude. It's like, stop it. Stop it. You're fucking embarrassing yourself. Yeah, it's some of the things I've seen said, some of the things I've seen done, right? About everybody everywhere. It's like, wow. And one thing I can't stand to see, right? Don't worry, I'm gonna pull up Fishtank now. All right, I'm gonna pull it up now. But one thing I can't stand to see are the people who, because they're mad at Sam or Jet or whoever, they say weird things like, "This season isn't gonna make nearly as much money as season 1." It's like, what do you care? Are you getting cut in to the deal? Do you earn like a percentage based off of how much money they make for this season? Is that what's going on with you? Fucking what? Why are you being so annoying? Why are you being so stupid about it like that? Like, it doesn't matter how. Why does it matter to you how much money they make? And really, that's a trick question because it doesn't matter to you how much money Sam and Jet make off of this. Right? It doesn't even matter to me how much money they made off of this. I got paid for my position, and I was paid a flat rate. It's not like I'm earning a percentage off of these guys. Like, if we're being honest here, obviously I want this to be a very successful project because I'm involved in it, and I like Sam and Jet. I love them. I love Sam and Jet. But like outside of that, it's like I don't need to be like losing sleep and pulling my hair out over whether or not this season is going to be more monetarily successful or even just on par, right? That's a parasocial thing. That's something that you are either mad at them or you desperately want to believe that you are a part of the team and that you're just like them. And because of that, you're like stressing and you're like, oh, dude, what the hell? It's like, knock it off. Relax. But is that Beast? I would assume that's Beast. The Beast. My 100 grand bar melted and it was liquid. Yeah, Cole is cool. Hope he comes back as a freeloader. Yeah, I like Cole. I like all the fish. I don't have any issues with him. Sorry, I'm talking to my wife about something. I want to check in on everybody. You know, these. I just happened to click this one first. Wait, what the hell is you? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. They updated the map. I was like, what the hell's going on here? Oh, cool. The confessional. Nice. All right. I'm pretty sure Shinji was in one of the bedrooms. He's in the bunk. Shinji looks like he's deep in thought right now. Uh oh. I want to know what that says. One of the gags, one bit that I was gonna do with the karate that didn't really come to fruition. Again, I don't want to talk too much about like behind the scenes or lore or anything like that, right? Thank you, baby.
It's burning.
Yeah, that is like straight up burnt as hell. Oh yeah, no, those are like rock hard. Damn, son of a bitch, dude. I was baking cookies and they got burnt to like to high hell. Like these are supposed to be regular chocolate chip cookies. Anyway, one bit that I wanted to do with the karate is I wanted to have a day where one of the exercises we did, not like an exercise, but just an activity we did shortly before we started or maybe like shortly after we ended the workout was I wanted to take a Sharpie. I wanted to have people stand in a room blindfolded and I wanted to hand the Sharpie to each individual fish and whoever was blindfolded, right? Meaning like one person is blindfolded so they can't see anything, okay? And then I hand a Sharpie to the fish. And one at a time, they all go and they write whatever they feel like writing on the back of the fish. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I think it could have turned out good, but also I feel like it might have turned out bad. Basically, like high school yearbooks, right? You remember your high school yearbook where people used to write things down? Imagine high school yearbook on the back of your shirt, except it's not your buddies. You don't know who's writing what, and everybody gets to write whatever they feel like, right? I still don't know if that sounds cool or fun or funny, but you know, in my head, the way I envision it, it's hilarious, dude. All right, so we got Dunye hanging out. Downstairs hallway. Oh, what are they going? Bedroom two? Oh wait, no, bedroom one. What am I doing? Silly me. Yo, what is all of that? Is that like packing peanuts? Oh, you think Josie did that bit? Really? Jeez. They need their hands held for everything. Just about. Oh, there's the Xbox. Okay. Kanye is now 12 days a slave. Oh, man. Oh, it's beanbag material. Oh, yeah, I forgot they had a beanbag. It's too bad they couldn't get a lava lamp. They had to build Fatty a nest. It's the Fatty nest. Oh, man, that's crazy. Oh, that's why these are arranged in the way that they are. It's supposed to be the sides of the nest. This got a scratchy? Looks like a scratch ticket.
I remember every day getting home from
Why did it
school,
take you guys so long to tell me there was no audio?
Zombies. Oh, classic.
Damn it.
Man.
This stream is fucked, dude.
Them were the days.
The stream is fucked up, man. Sorry about that, guys. This is a good thing we didn't miss any, like, any big conversations.
Okay. So should I, do I have my eyes as well?
Just don't be bugging your eyes out.
Yeah.
As much. You're good though. It's not that bad.
Judge, blend water and stevia to make pure H2O.
It so floats.
He's on the shitter.
Okay. Does he know that he's expected down here?
Yes.
Okay.
You realize you have legions of femcel and gay cell simps who'd have paid you 10 G's plus not to cut it. I would have paid myself.
Can we get pum pum in Jamaica as a sound effect? Thanks.
Pum pum in Jamaica. You just missed them working out today is all. Yeah, no, I saw the personal trainer.
The more boring and whiny you are like now, the more likely you will be fucked with. Do something
Did
interesting.
someone ring the bell? Nah, I don't think anyone rang the bell. Thank you, Tiny Tacos. I really appreciate that. I like that you guys like my content.
When's the next Dom contest? I need blood.
Greg, if you're skeptical how this show can change your life, then talk to Chris about it. Judge works miracles.
Did Beast leave? No, that's Beast right here. Scott, do you think if through some... Scott, do you think if through some magic Fatty slimmed down, he could be a beast? I wonder what it'd be like if all his fat was muscle.
Not sleeping for shit.
Like Kyriakos Grizzly. I don't know who Kyriakos Grizzly is, but I think that's
Judge, what do you think about Sean Strickland?
Oh, it's cool.
Judge, Shinji wrote something really racist on the bunk wall.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I think he could, you know.
Judge, you should try to have Kaylee go to gay conversion camp.
Yeah. Anyone can do anything, and I don't mean that in like a just believe in yourself kind of way. I mean like if you want to get jacked, you can just get jacked. It's all good, you know. Doesn't matter how fat you are. You think you found Shinji's Pinterest? I'm afraid to ask. I'm afraid to ask about it. I want Fatty to lose weight just because he is a decent dude and people that big don't live for long. Yeah. Yeah, it's not fun to think about.
Sexual shit. What's your fetishes, Greg Beast?
Load up Del Ring.
Alright, where the hell is everybody? Fatty. Is Tay downstairs? Yeah, Tay's downstairs. Who are they waiting on, though? Shinji?
I bust unbelievable.
Shinji's on the shitter?
Through a blender. Straight up curds and glue.
Very cool.
Doesn't matter how skinny I am, because that's always been my problem. You see, you're one of the lucky ones. You get to eat more and gain good weight. Me, I have to eat less and lose bad weight.
Comment?
That's my issue.
No comment.
Comment?
Not surprised. What about you?
Judge looks like he's trying to cosplay as a playful young man Roger Rabbit.
Stop,
Mr. Beast. Where does your self-esteem and lack of self-autonomy stem from? You seem easily manipulated.
You're not easily manipulated.
Okay.
Said email says, I put Shinji's writing images into Google Translate. He wrote tits next to fuck. And above that, he wrote winner, Kawayamasaki. I googled Kawayamasaki, Yamasaki, and found a Pinterest under that name. Jeez, that's some weaponized autism there. How do you?
Doja Cat makes an appearance that would be cool.
I'm confused how you get the kanji or whatever the hell it's called, the Japanese lettering into Google Translate.
Goddamn, I wish there was a box fan to kick in here for old time's sake. Really takes me back.
A box fan.
Those were the days.
Judge, can you explain to both of our LGBTQ plus fishes about the harm of the gay virus? It's spreading to Africa rapidly.
Done as where?
Into dominating and choking a bitch.
That's a great noise.
You guys hear that weird noise?
Thank you.
It's over. Take my shit.
Alright, y'all. Now. You may not know this.
Yo, got goobas.
I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm an oil man by trade. I own many refineries and lots of land and much oil. On top of that, I'm a legal man. I'm a lawyer and a judge. But that's not really who I am in my bones, you understand?
I understand.
I'm from the swamp originally.
Swamp, say.
The swamp. And I got the swamp
Sam's
in
just
my
really
bones
excited
now.
to be able to do this
That's
again.
what a swamp needs to be.
I'm a swamp man at the end of the day.
Old brag.
Now in the swamp. Now in the swamp, young lady, it's important that there's a hierarchy and that you respect certain individuals. And the way we do it in the swamp simply is by body weight. You get that belly a little bit bigger, you get more respect in the swamp. If you got a big old gut on you, you get respect in the swamp. At the top of the hierarchy, I'll give you a guess. Nope, it's Chris. Chris in the swamp, he'd be the king and he'd get to pick of whatever woman he wanted. And he'd have you being his slave, shining his shoes. He'd have you cleaning up his stall, mucking his stall for him, cleaning up after him like a horse. He'd have you waxing his toenails and doing all his chores, because the big man ruled
You can
the swamp.
sometimes hear
So
the
today what we're gonna do,
accent drop.
because I can't
It's
pay
like
Chris
you'll
no
be
money,
waxing his
you
toenails.
gotta make me
Just
feel
like that.
appreciated. And I can't part with any more of my green dollars to do so. We're gonna all pay tribute to Chris. So y'all have 1 hour
Oh man.
to prepare a tribute to our buddy Chris up there, make him feel good, do a ceremonial dance for him, do a march or a song. You're dozing off.
Yeah,
Whatever sort of
has he been allowed to
ceremonial
sleep, or
tribute,
have they
gifts
still been
and
messing with him?
presents, and pageantry and fanfare you can perform for Chris to make him feel like he's the king of the swamp. That's what we're gonna do. You got 1 hour to prepare presents for Chris, a dance for Chris, a special march for Chris, wear a costume for him, show off what you got there, make yourself look nice for Chris, make him feel appreciated like he's the king of the mountain.
Yeah.
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 Is Chris leaving or something? Are they gonna kill him? Yeah, they're gonna go in there and they're gonna beat him to death.
You got 1 hour.
I kind of wish they did a more Rhode
Individual
Island Boston
19,
character
whoever
instead of
does
Southern.
the best is gonna get 1,000 of my green dollars.
I don't know. Maybe next season. I do
Is
like
everybody
the
still
concept
motivated?
of different
All right, you can get whoever wins is gonna get 50 chips. Is that better?
No? I don't know.
Whoever does
I like the
best,
concept of doing a slightly different character
Chris
each
Tribute
time, but
is
also
gonna
being
get
called
1,000
Gold
of my
Striker.
green dollars. Begin. You have an
Giving
hour.
him some fun with the Xbox before they beat him up. Exactly, they're luring him into a false sense of security. That's what they're doing.
www.oscarwar.com. Thanks, Shinji.
I mean, it's a real accent in the sense that it sounds like what I think I'd sound like trying to do a southern accent if I was shit-faced, but it's still cool.
The timer is started, y'all.
Don Goldstriker, mob boss.
Clock
That'd
is
be great.
ticking away. Who is gonna find the
Don,
finest jewels
what's
and
like a
gold
what's a
for
really
Chris?
like Italian
Who's gonna
sounding?
prepare
Don
that
Giuseppe Goldstriker.
for Chris?
Oh, what am I doing? I was just there. Dude, he's just chilling. He's just hanging out. He sounds like he's been around a lot of southern dudes, surprisingly a lot, if that of that back at my old job. I don't know, maybe. I think it's just really easy to do a southern accent, you know? What the hell's going on here? Kitchen.
I can't sing, I can't dance.
But is it like everything right? Like food and like present and dance and
It doesn't have to be
all? There's no
Scott, have you tried the new auto cam? It's pretty sweet. They brought back the auto cam. Where's the auto cam? Do I have to do something special for it?
Pageant, march, song, whoever makes you feel like a king, the king that you are.
Scott, do you know if
So you win this
they
one,
plan
okay?
to use the same house for season 3?
All
I have
that
no
I
idea.
ask of you
I couldn't
is
tell you.
make sure when you're judging, try not to be biased,
100%.
because I know Trish.
Nah, she don't get no special treatment.
She don't
She's
get
already
no
been
special
told many
treatment.
times.
That woman ain't gonna get no special
Nope,
treatment.
she don't get no ass kissing from me.
Hell no. So yeah, just make sure unbiased.
Ata
And we gonna have some
Cante
fun.
or is it Atachante?
Yes,
Because
we
it's
are.
2 C's.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
strike in Italian and oro is gold, so he could be
Let's bring it.
Don Atachante Oro. That'd be funny. Switch labeled auto. Where is it? I haven't studied the site like that. So, okay. Okay. Was this always here? Was the auto cam always on?
I knew you were into weird shit. This nigga wearing high heels.
Bottom left corner of the map labeled MOB is auto. Also, switch
I'm
is
hitting that
above
shit,
the
bro.
chat though. Okay, alright. Okay. Alright, thank you for that. That's good to know. See, there's mad people, like people are talking about, like people, that's another thing about the hate, right? And again, I don't want to talk too much about it overall. You know, there's plenty of things I could say about, like, what happened with this season. Not saying that it was, like, bad or anything like that, but there are definitely certain things that I feel happened with this season that were, like, just plain weird, right? Like the auto cam. A lot of people are watching the auto cam, right? There's 4,734 viewers, right? But the living room, there's 567 right there. There's 412 right here. So what's 4,700 plus 5? Well, that's over 5,000, right? People are talking about like, dude, they have like 500 viewers. Bro, they suck, dude. They suck. And it's like, no, actually, they have a lot more than that.
You hungry? Okay. I'll be that. What?
Chris, is there any certain songs that you particularly like?
What's going on, Tiny JB0? How you doing? AutoCam was always there, but the functionality wasn't great. That makes sense. That makes sense.
This was nice.
Uh-oh. It's Josie.
Hello.
Hello.
I was wondering if after all.
You got fucking Dunye singing Negro spirituals. Days never finished. Master got me working. Someday Master set me free. Steamy Fart Salad just called me out in the chat. Thank you, Steamy Fart Salad. I really appreciate that.
Are you sure? Do you know what he likes?
I have a rough idea.
Do you care to share some insight?
You putting that onion in there?
I genuinely can't tell whether I think Tay looks good or not with the short hair. Oh shit, I didn't even realize I was Max. It just kind of blended in with the background for a second.
I think twice. I think
Ocarina of Time?
not even twice, but maybe 3 times by every decision.
Who's just Mask? Does it go with
What are you saying, Justin?
I'm just saying.
He's singing the Bayou Blues, yes.
Just to double check or triple check. Check yourself, you know?
I'll just cook him up and then I'll ask him.
Shinji,
What do you want to win?
flash a titty.
I'm trying to make Chris.
Dude, I've been wondering what they've been eating. Like, I have no idea what they have in terms of food.
Do you think he'll appreciate?
It's something I thought about the other day. Oh man, I gotta like cough something up. It doesn't want to come up.
What other targets?
Excuse me. Yeah, like I thought about it the other day. I'm like, wait a second, I never see these guys eating ever, no matter what. I never see them talking about food. Have they been eating, or do they just not do that? They just not do that. Need more recreations of Blazing Saddles skits next season. Make the fish lay down railroad tracks with Chinese glasses. Dude, that'd be crazy. Dunye is my favorite. Dunye is great. I also hate him at the same time, though. And that's a testament to how great he is. I've said this before. People have said this before. You know? Truly is good.
What about you, Shinji? What do you
Yeah, here's a little weird. Just going up, looking at.
Yo, this dude's wearing heels,
I
bro.
can't have my phone.
You guys see he's wearing heels, right?
Do any of you guys even know what he likes to eat?
Why is he got heels on? Why does he look so natural in them, too? He looks like he's done this
You know
before.
that white monster that you had? Oh, yeah. Are you going to use it?
They eat in the morning and throughout the day, but I think protein deprivation was a bit before they realized it made the fish boring and tired. I don't know, maybe.
Because obviously going up and looking at him, I don't know if that's allowed or just weird.
What's with the heels?
I'm feeling a little chill.
Are you gonna incorporate that into your act for Chris?
Probably. Yeah, watch this though.
That might be cool.
Yo,
Okay.
what the fuck?
I think that could work. Definitely doing like something different.
Yeah.
Because everyone else, I don't know. They're all
Dude,
kinda
I don't know.
doing
I feel like Chris
Yeah.
might
Maybe
appreciate
make
that too.
Chris
It's the crazy
loves,
thing.
Again, this is
loves
what I
movies.
got going so
See,
far.
that's
I can't
like
remember
even Josie
exact
is
face,
like,
but I have a general idea of
like
the
maybe that
profile.
would work.
Shinji is consistently the #1 best.
I think it'll make him upset that it's so small.
What the paper?
Yeah.
Well, again, I don't know what the politics behind using those papers are.
Go for it.
Who's the
Or
hottie?
just saying,
What, you
I
mean
don't-
Josie?
Surely you can just
I can-
bigify it.
Yeah, but I have to redraw it. So if Max can get a picture,
Greg
then I'll
feeling
make
a
a
little
big
This
fruity.
picture right there.
You feeling a little
That's
fruity
not-
tooty,
no,
yeah?
That is a good picture.
It's a good
There's a little
picture,
light in the
no.
loafers.
But you definitely have to be careful.
Yeah.
You make him too skinny or too fat, either way, like, make him too skinny that could offend him, too fat that could also offend him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just think about
Josie's gaslights are some, like, they're low-key some of the best because
any better.
You can, like...
I draw stuff with my coworkers and stuff all the time.
It's the tone and the look on her face and stuff like that. It's just so hilarious, you know? It's like she's trying to be matter-of-fact, but you know she isn't 1,000% comfortable being matter-of-fact.
The only thing
so she's, like, pushing through the, like, social awkwardness. You got a little sugar in his tank. Yeah, I'd say so.
What are you working on?
I'm gonna try to do a dance.
Dance?
Yeah.
What kind of dance?
Hi, Taylor. It's your date from Grindr. Any chance we can meet up? You finger me like a bass player.
Taylor's not in here, is she?
I haven't quite decided yet.
And a dance would be good for what the fuck? What the fuck? Yo, what?
Dance.
Okay.
I was gonna say, a dance would be good for him.
Do you know what kind of dances Chris likes?
The
Shinji, you can destroy the Emperor. He has foreseen this. Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
Do you know anything about Chris? What does he like?
Star Wars.
I just realized I forgot to share this
So
to
you do some
Twitter,
of that?
so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that.
Maybe.
What else does he like? He's not just Star Wars.
He likes
Honestly, if I was Chris, I'd be offended that everyone just assumes I like eating and Star Wars. Everyone's making him food. Everyone's doing something Star Wars related. Do you guys know anything
No
about
one's
it?
doing anything airsoft.
LDSSGOO Josie.
Okay, I'm just saying. Think twice about it. And think about, like, some of his other interests.
He's got an initiative
He's
jacket
more-
on.
I know.
You gotta make him feel good, not like a stereotype. You don't want to stereotype Chris.
I'm not.
Okay. Alright. Something to think about. What are you working on, Oliver?
This is my tribute right here. It's a surprise.
Surprise?
Yeah, I've got, you know, the Warlord mask.
You got someone else's work?
Yeah.
You got something someone else did for him?
Oh, true. I'm putting it back. But yeah, this is just, you know, something really special in here as well. You know, it's my tribute to the king.
Is it the money box?
Yeah.
So you have a picture someone else made for him, and money that isn't even yours?
Now you say that, it's kind of like making me rethink.
Someone should consider mooning Chris as a comedy bit.
I don't know.
You don't
Everyone's ideas are kind of shit.
What's
Keep
your
it
I think Chris would
Anything other than
appreciate a
food?
mood.
Ass kissed.
Stuff that
I
isn't
do
even
think
yours
Chris
or-
would appreciate
or
a
Star Wars.
mood.
I'm just saying.
Alright, I'm switching it up.
Who do you
You
have,
have to make
Strickland or
Chris feel
Duplessis?
actually
I'm not
appreciated,
1,000%
like you
sure.
actually know something.
Lord of the Pies.
Okay, I'm switching it up.
I'm just gonna wait and see.
Yay.
If
It's my
anything.
girl Tay Gay. 3, can we get brunch at 1488 in Texas sometime?
putting
I
this
miss
shit
you,
back.
so. Chris is also very into nudism. Just a thought.
You're interesting.
Service the king.
Do you have a
Mr. Greg, your video from today is at 3,000 views.
Hey, thank you guys.
give you
Like I said, sorry about that thing
I mean,
earlier.
just think about it.
I just feel.
There's two people.
I just don't like knowing things, and
So you have to make really good-
It just feels like I'm being kidnapped, but.
So
think
if I
I'm
were
pretty
you,
nervous. I think I've come to terms
I'd be
with
thinking
it.
of something else as well.
Yeah. I'm thinking.
Ever, you know, you have a picture of Chris at all?
I
Be
don't.
careful about going into bedroom 1.
So I'd work on.
I'm gonna check
I'd
it out.
work on. I'd
I'm gonna
focus
check
on
it out.
those
Hold up.
skills.
Oh, okay. All right. We got
No, you can do like one thing. It's just like he was just giving an example. The broad spectrum.
Okay, I thought it'd be
Fatty's
like
in his birthday suit again.
Chris is into theater. Chris
Okay.
loves acting.
Yeah.
He loves Warhammer. I don't know if you know anything about that.
Yeah, I know about it.
Just think about it.
All I'm saying is, if you have one weapon and your back's against the wall, use it.
Well, I guess.
I gotta say something else. It'd be funny as fuck if Trish
idea.
got some dumb shit like
I'll say
Infinity
something.
Chris points, and thus whoever she wanted off the show and stayed. and all because she blew him in bedroom 2 or whatever. I mean, you'd probably get Infinity Chris points for that.
So just between me.
We're gonna go ahead.
What are you hoping for? What are you hoping that someone will come? Like, what would be the most surprising?
I mean, technically he's censored, but I'm just gonna.
I'm not gonna tell any of them, but just to get an idea, just for me, because I'm curious.
It'd be surprising for a solid meal and some hot cocoa.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Anything outside of food?
Yeah, I'd love to see a
All right,
dance
there we
number.
go.
Why not? Have a little fun, you know, see someone can do the can type thing. And then, maybe a little music of some sort, you know?
Otto is not a good friend when Chris is in the tank. That is true.
I don't know. How about I just describe him to you?
That's not gonna help.
Chris, I hope you're ready. Trish said she is going to show you both holes to seal the win.
That would definitely be a fucking surprise if that's true.
You want to see Trish's hole?
How much why not?
Okay.
Don't see why not.
I'll see if I can make that happen.
Hey, if she's crazy that way, she's crazy that way, you know what I'm saying?
Damn. Josie has really come far from breaking down crying at Chris's naked body last season. Yeah. You lose your innocence when you're on Fishtank, that's for sure. Skull, watch out. Fatty's right behind you. I hope he is. I sure fucking hope he is. Chris has his Vienna sausage exposed.
Who are you?
Taji. I'm Taji.
Wait, what the hell she got here?
My name is Taji.
It's Chris's hole now. What's she like? Rehearsing a dance or something?
But yeah, guys, I was going to draw Chris, but I can't see him right now for one reason or another, and I don't have a picture of him.
He looks really familiar.
I had a general idea on his
like I have
shape,
definitely seen
but
this.
I don't know what his face looks like exactly. So I guess we're just going to improv some bullshit with these heels. Figure it out.
I had to have seen that guy before. I know I've seen that dude before. Oh, you know what? He kinda reminds me of Nikocado Avocado, I feel like.
Nice.
Maybe that's what it is a little bit.
Hit him with the... Uh-oh.
Mr. Greg, you have been the best freeloader and have brought a lot of good energy to the tank. Keep it up,
He's had a little bit too much fun in those.
I appreciate it.
Does
Does freeloader just mean they don't fall within the realm of Chris points or what?
Yeah, they just...
Greg, have a few drinks, nigga.
I feel like I saw Fatty being naked could get them in trouble because their website doesn't really have any legal disclaimer about being 18 plus. I mean, he's naked, but you also can't say anything.
He likes those heels too much.
Oh shit!
It's also not sexual in nature.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna do the heel thing. Freaking side view is not gonna help me. One, it's a little mean. I'm very good at that angle, and two, it's just not giving me a very good idea of what his shapes are.
Yeah. It's cool. You can draw the cool.
Yeah.
Like art.
Maybe I'll draw him for fun at a later time. But I don't know if I'm not really worried about winning, but you know, I'm gonna give it a best go.
Yeah. Just make up work.
So I was just checking something real quick. There isn't really much going on because they have to sit around and like work on their thing.
Shinji, offer to set him up with some hot girls. Ask about his life. Say things you like about him.
I feel like Shinji could be like, hey, I'll bring you to Japan. I'll bring you to Japan, set you up with some of the comfort girls.
Show us the picture. Show us the picture. Show us the picture.
Okay.
What's up, Sensei? Hope all is well. Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Hope you're doing well too.
Yeah, don't be mean, but
more closer.
Don't be mean. This is Fishtank, dude. That's all we are. I don't think anything could get them in legal trouble. Someone could die and they'd be fine. It'd be really tough, you know. I'm sure they have an ironclad contract.
I don't know how you can draw the style. I don't know how you can draw the anime style. I'm not big into anime style anyways. I do a thing like cartoony, realistic, caricaturish. Did I show you my my beginning thing? Okay. It's gone.
I'm gonna private the last stream. No need to have that weird thing out there. Plus, I could watch it. I could watch it back too. I could watch it back and see how bad it was.
There it is.
Try and figure it all out.
Oh yes. Face shape.
There's a huge X space right now with tons of the fish on it. Really, it's interesting.
Time to get.
Oh yeah, there's Laney, there's Brian.
Okay, sleeping bag.
There's Jimmy,
what the hell
Jim
was.
Jam.
Yeah.
Summer's there too. Jeez. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Good for them. Chris might sire a few dozen halas. Oh, Happas. Yeah, dude, that'd be crazy. I feel like Japanese women would love the hell out of Chris, dude.
Why'd they put them back after using?
They're all teaming up to make a TikTok. That's weird.
Not today, children.
Honestly, Scott, if you punched Chris in the gut at full force, do you think he'd feel it, or do you think the shock would just be absorbed by his massive gut? Does this make him a better fighter than you? Nah, he'd definitely feel it.
I love the good side.
I hit like a fucking truck when I want to.
Let's kill some children. Do. I am your father. No!
Fucking IBJJF just sent me an email. Fuck the IBJJF. Remember the end of season 1 where Sam went over the legal document explaining how they just copy-pasted some random shit from the internet? I wonder if they did the same this year. They didn't just copy-paste random shit from the internet. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. Fucking. One thing I'll say, I don't wanna pull the curtain back too much, but one thing I'll say is that like there's a lot of people out there who seem to not realize obvious jokes and trolls and shit like that. Like, you think they just copy-pasted shit from the internet, and then they were like, yeah. People go on Big Brother, and they don't get into fucking boxing matches. People go on to Big Brother, and they don't have to live in situations like this with dudes like Chris. So we can just take that contract and apply it to our situation where people have to live in this. Where people have to,
oh my God,
well, they don't have to get into boxing matches.
Y'all set
You get
that
what I'm
up,
saying.
didn't you, for funniness?
Oh.
Alright, let's check this real quick. That was
Oops.
funnier than hell.
You caught me
I think
monologuing.
that's the Sensei delivery.
You guys are welcome on that one. I got that just in time. But there's no way they did that. That was a joke they were saying, you know?
Well, that's the vacuum, okay.
Anything that'd go online and copy paste would not work because of how different and unique this show operates. Yes, and that's kind of the short version of what I was trying to say, Galen, you know? Scott, I heard there's animal sacrifices and other things in the basement. I read on a 4chan thread. Confirm or deny? I was told not to talk about what happens in the basement.
That is a good fucking game.
AI sensors don't recognize Chris with paint. That's a good point. That's a good point. Bro, I have no idea when Sam is being serious or not. His sarcasm is... His sarcasm is often indistinguishable from him being serious.
Damn,
See,
yeah, I read about all of this.
the thing you got to understand is that Sam is very well put together, right? He's very well put together in terms of how he's going to go about things, right? So if he sits there and there's a legal document that he's talking about that saves his ass from being sued for like making people live in a house where this is how everything looks after day like whatever, he takes that very serious and he's not gonna fuck around with it, right? So if he comes around and he's like, yeah, I just copy pasted some shit off the internet, you know, it's all fucking bullshit, none of it even fucking matters, you know, that's not the case, you know, he's fucking with you. Scott's like Chris Tucker, they took his booty and gave him some fame. We will confirm this theory if we ever see Scott in any MDE content in a dress. Don't worry, World Peace 2 is coming out this year, guys, so you might see some things. Dude drops his pants as easily as he breathes, dude. I think he's just like... I think Chris just does not like pants. I just don't think Chris likes clothes. Great save, Scott. You guys are... Hey, you guys are very welcome. You guys are very welcome. Turns out the liability waivers are shit, but Sam just has Jet listed as the lead producer, so... No, that's not... No. That's not the case. I don't know who told you that. I don't know what you think you saw. No, that's not the case. Some people honestly like being naked, dude. I like to sleep naked until one day I woke up in a fucking panic attack and almost ran out into my living room where my brother-in-law was. Almost. I didn't actually do it. But, like, I woke up having a panic attack because fucking I had a dream where I swallowed something and I couldn't breathe. And the thing is, it felt like real. So I, like, woke up like, and then I get up and I run and I go to open the door and I, like, cracked it. And then I realized, like, wait a second, I'm breathing fine right now. And I, like, you know, I like, closed the door again and I was like, wow. And then I realized, damn, I should probably wear some fucking undies or something, bro. They put everything in Scott's name, including the house. He has no idea right now. Exactly. I'm just the fall guy like that. Yeah, Galen says that happens to a lot of people. It's nice sleeping nude until something happens where you're not sleeping but still nude. Yeah, it's like that episode of That 70s Show where what's his name? Damn. Why can't I remember the main character of That 70s Show, played by Topher Grace or however the hell you pronounce his name? The main character of That 70s Show. All right, you know what? I'm sorry guys, but we got to get off the director cam. We got to get off the director cam. I can't keep messing around, you know, going right. I was saying Eric. I was gonna guess his name was Eric, but I was like, no, I don't think that's it. Yeah, there was an episode where one of the gags was he sleeps naked, and Red figured out about it, and at the end of the episode, he ended up putting a lighter to like his smoke detector or something like that, I think it was, and the smoke detector goes off, and Eric gets up and runs out in a towel, and like that was Red's way of being like, you fucking idiot, don't keep sleeping naked in my house. The Night Witch wanted them cheeks. Yes, sir. Lord of the Pies says, Scott, who is your favorite MMA or combat art content creator like Sensei Seth, Jeff Chan, etc.? I don't know if I have one necessarily, but I do like Ramsey Dewey. I haven't watched a ton of him as of late. But he's somebody that, in a way, I kind of look up to a little bit. In the same way that I look up to Chris Eubank, right? Obviously, I'm not as refined as Chris Eubank, but talking about senior, Chris Eubank Sr., but I take some of the things that he has to say very seriously, and, you know, it's nice. Thank you, baby. Yeah, no, I know. I was just seeing. Director is fine. This isn't a YouTube-friendly show, per se. Well, yeah, no, I like the director cam, and from now on, I'm probably going to watch the director cam, right? But considering that I'm on here, I can't really have it just shifting to ASF when he's naked all the time, you know? Plus, I'm not necessarily watching this because I want to see Airsoft Fatty, like, chilling in a room alone. I want to see what these guys are coming up with. And right now, they're just kind of, like, doing their thing, but at least...
I have to do a whole protocol.
See, at least there's situations like this where the two flamboyant, the two flamers are talking. You can feel the tension between them.
You know,
where they're trying to figure each other out. They're like talking to each other like, is he a top? Is he a bottom?
I can't believe today's Wednesday.
What is it? What is it? I need to know. I need to know.
The only reason I know it's
the Eubanks are great.
Like
Yeah, I love Chris Eubanks Sr. Dust. Is that the guy's name? Yeah, the Detroit Urban Survival Tactics guy.
I think, can we do Drunk Monkey for my celebration?
Yeah, but just making the point that it's not necessarily safe. Director doesn't make a difference when Chris walks around the house nude too. Yeah, but it's a little bit easier. Like, I can check in on certain situations, right? I can see Chris emerge from this corner and be like, oh shit. Oh. You see, I clicked to him by mistake, right? But I was making a point, right? It's different when I'm chilling here and I'm talking and blah, 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 and then all of a sudden it goes, what? Right to Chris, and I'm like, oh, damn, you know? It's alright, though. I'm not, like, upset. I'm just trying to be careful. Alright, if that was a, what? Purpose nerf on Tay, then it says a lot about her cute. What? What are you talking about, B-Dog? Who's saying putting Dunye is a great move because Tay was relying on him too much, putting him in a cage. I'm not sure about that. Maybe well, that's the thing is Tay and Trish don't really have beef on that level. The first thing I thought was like, oh, is she using Dunye to get to Trish? I don't know about that though.
What's your favorite color? Green?
Ah, what the hell is in there? What's she got in
Green,
there, huh?
green. I can't even paint or draw though.
Tay and Dunye have a secret pact. What's the pact?
I just have to 420 it up. Man, I wish I could draw though, that'd be so much better. You know where the paintbrush is at?
Huh?
Oh, I have to try to find a paintbrush somewhere.
Wait, what's she eating? Is she eating? That looks like raw pasta. That no joke looks. It looks like raw pasta. What the hell does she got there? That's crazy. Do I like cars? I'm not really a car guy. I don't know anything about cars. I assume she offered to share some of the winnings if she wins in exchange for him protecting her. That makes a little bit of sense. Oh, Frosted. Oh, yeah, no. Now that you mentioned it, that's clearly Tony the Tiger. I just want to see someone run up and go to the Frosted Flakes, of course.
Chris, do you know a song called Whiter Shade of Pale?
Yeah, I think Frank's gone.
Okay.
Did Scott fight in UFC or Pride? Nah. The only thing I know about cars is you can drive them into into houses. I mean, you're not wrong. Oh wait, who's coming up? I was about to click away. Oh, it's our boy Shinji. Let's see what he's got going on. If Frank was there, he would. Yeah, he would. Uh-oh. Shinji's putting the Jocko belt back on. Dunye straight said, anything you do to Tay, I do to you. Ah, okay. Scott's too young for Pride. Nah, I mean, I watched Pride. I saw a couple of... Did I? I'm trying to remember. I mean, I watched a bunch of stuff on YouTube. I don't know if I ever saw anything Pride related live or anything like that. I might have, but you know, Pride over UFC any day of the week. I forgot TJ was he has all the red paint on him like he's fucking like he's some kind of like fucked up juggalo ICP dude. Can you pause so I can pee? Don't worry, I got you, bro. We'll rewind. They need less food. Make it Mad Max. Make them fight over everything. Oh yeah, then I was way too young to fight in Pride, obviously. You know. Not too young to watch though. Not too young to watch. I became aware of the UFC in the 5th grade. The Ultimate Fighter was what did it. It's what did it for basically everybody. Does anyone remember this Pride KO where the winner was just standing heel stomped a downed opponent till he was KO'd? I don't remember that, no. Warboy from Mad Max, yes. Yes, he looks like a warboy, you're right. Alright, we'll check in on Fatty, but to make sure, I'm gonna...
3 or 4 of those guys on at once with their weapons. Without them, I'd probably take about 6 on. But yeah, it really just depends on a lot of factors. Which type of fucking gremlin you're talking about. If they're going to be armed or not. If I'm armed or not. And if we're talking, in this exact moment, gremlins are popping in.
I want to hear if I want to hear
5 or 6 is
I want to hear Fatty. I want to hear. I want somebody to ask Fatty if he thinks he could beat me in a lightsaber battle. I want to hear his honest opinion. What's your favorite kind of breakfast cereal? Ah, man. I'm not sure. But you know what? You guys will probably be like, oh, of course. No joke. Probably Lucky Charms. I love the hell out of the marshmallows. If not, I'd say probably Cocoa Puffs or maybe Captain Crunch. I don't know. Staff at the doghouse, huh? Okay. Oh, they're just fucking working out.
Give me and understand me now.
Yeah, I mean, if they're just gonna work out in silence, I'm not gonna, you know, we'll go back to, you know, that's cool. They gotta blow off steam in their own way. You know,
can we get an egg or something for Fatty to put under his flap and see if we can hatch it? Circumflex. Trish smells like Brian.
You don't have Lucky Charms or Captain Crunch?
Just do smell like Brian.
That sucks, dude. That's one thing that, like, I've noticed, like American food, like, we have, like, a lot of different kinds of cereals and stuff like that. Like, that's one thing we have that you guys don't have a lot of.
Before, but it's fucking delish. Big ass hunk of meat. Oh. You ever go to a Renaissance fair? Get yourself some mutton.
Pride was almost no strikes barred, and there were constant knees to the head and soccer kicks on downed opponents. It was brutal. Yeah, but one...
How hard is it to wipe your ass?
Surprisingly, on a difficulty scale, 1 being easy, 10 being the hardest, it's maybe about a 3 or 4. It doesn't really get too difficult.
I don't know if that's supposed to be a 3
It's just like whenever I'm cramping up or from having neuropathy pains, it can be a little hard to reach back there. Otherwise, yeah, that's what it is.
Jeez.
Yeah, guys, Make sure to check out the channel, guys. We got a lot coming up soon. We got a new series.
I thought that
starting
was Chris's
coming out
start
called Pokemon. We got what else we got planned? Got more lore stuff coming out, more Star Wars stuff, and hopefully here soon I can maybe start doing some more vlog style content as well. Just keep an eye out. There's a lot there to watch.
He's just talking straight through it. He isn't even acknowledging it like, haha, funny. Anyway, he's just like, nah, not happening. But yeah, funny enough about Pride, they allowed soccer kicks and knees to the head of downed opponents, but they didn't allow elbows. I think they allowed elbows to the body, but they didn't allow elbows to the head.
Opening square bracket, closing square bracket, opening square bracket, closing square bracket, opening square bracket, closing square bracket.
Yeah, there's poop on the bed, isn't there? On one of the beds. I think it might have been that one. It's dark in here though, so it's kind of tough. It's a little bit tough.
Opening square bracket, closing square bracket, 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 opening square bracket, closing square.
That I wander through my plane.
Tay, your voice is that of an angel. That being said, give me a war cry, you beautiful.
One of 15 best of virgins.
Yeah, she actually doesn't have that bad of a voice.
Leaving for the coast. And although my eyes were open, they might just as well.
It looks like the mattress they hauled out of the Jewish tunnels.
And so
yeah, actually, I saw a picture of it earlier. Yeah, I think you're right.
As the miller told his tale.
Oh yeah, if any of you have TJ's, if any of you guys have TJ's confessional video, I'd really appreciate if you could share that to me as well, because he mentioned me in it. And whenever the fish mentioned me, I never see it. There's never clips of it or anything, but I feel like maybe the confessional might be like,
Thank you
okay.
for that.
Texan women learn to sing early on. It's how they deal with the father, brother, male, relative abuse. That's the reward, right?
That didn't hurt.
Tay, more like go away. Got him. All right, let's check on let's check on the living room.
What the fuck is 2 inches though? You know?
He said it's the size of his pinky.
Damn.
That's sad.
I mean, in
What,
his
talking about
defense,
Chris's
it
dick?
is, you know,
Under all that.
yeah, it is a lot of weight, but like 2 inches. If any bitch is dealing with 2 inches, I'm praying for them. If you're dealing with a 2-inch man, I'm praying for you right now.
They seem to be
come to my counselor.
They seem to be bonding. If there's one thing that can be.
I gotta stretch.
There's one thing that they can bond over. One thing that they can bond over, and it's their hatred of small dick. One thing they can bond over is what kind of dick they enjoy. That's the one thing they have in common where they can stop being like, fuck you, no, fuck you. Is, yeah, small dick, nobody likes that. It's like, holy shit, bro. Alright, let's see the lounge. Wait a second. Yeah, that looks like a weed plant almost. Or not a weed plant, a weed leaf. I'm not 1,000% sure though. Let me, fuck, how do I go full screen? I forgot how to go full screen on here. I can go full screen on my phone. Ah, well. I don't think it matters that much. We're gonna see what it is. Bedroom 2, bedroom 3, kitchen, I would assume. Let's check the bunk first, though. Yeah, I didn't think anything was going to be in the bunk. Kitchen, okay, here we are. Let's see what these two are up to. If Dunye was a fish, he would win. I don't even doubt that. I don't even doubt that that could occur necessarily, if I'm being honest with you. Get your minds out of the gutter, gentlemen. I'm surprised Dunye hasn't tried to climb out yet. I think he just knows he's messing around. Really? Sam's in bedroom 1? Okay. Alright. We'll go ahead to bedroom 1. Bada bing. There we go.
Chris, the secret code you need to tell Judge about is Top Kek Goobers. He will know what it means.
Top Kek
Top Cat Goobers?
Confirmed.
Confirmed?
Understood.
Anyhow,
Roger.
one weapon would have to be about a 3-foot-long billy club, metal spiked, and then if I had that in a room, I could probably take on happily 10 gremlins at once.
Somebody did send me the confessional. Thank you. Thank you, Mike Roach. Thank you very much for
Weapon of
that.
my choice has got to be a club. Clubs are fucking reliable. They're easy to maintain. Even if it breaks, you can still fucking swing with that son of a bitch. And with the spikes, well, let's just face it, a little piercing damage never hurt.
You don't want to get hit with a spiked club.
You think the gremlins will take it from me?
I think no. You don't want to get hit with one. I'm saying.
Oh hell no! You don't want to get hit by them. Nah, they're fucking amazing.
That's a good weapon.
There's a reason fucking soldiers in World War I would build
Sorry,
that.
Sensei Scott.
What is your professional opinion on bucketing?
Yeah, you guys, a bunch of coomers.
Cocky. Well, when done right, it can be some pretty goddamn erotic stuff, but a lot of the time...
She looks like Jessica Biel in 2003. I don't know who Jessica Biel is.
That's when you get those weirdos that just focus on nothing but nutting instead of nutting with art.
Nutting with art?
It's like,
What?
It's like Moror's father said, to waste thy seed is a sin in itself.
Chris, your pussy looks like Chris from Mr. Beast.
Damn, bro.
I gotta give Chad that one. That was kind of like out of there, but fun. Hopefully these guys are ready to entertain.
Chris, you dumb, man. Give me a shout out here to my man's TTG Jackery. Justice for TGG, straight up, man.
Justice for TG, my dude!
I guess Jimmy said I weighted his gloves to slow him down, but I wasn't there the day of the boxing match between him and TJ, so I didn't weigh.
That sounds fucked up.
That's what I heard through the grapevine. I don't know though. Wow, that's a blast from the past. We haven't seen that. We haven't heard that sound effect for a while. Who put that on? Jet? Yeah, Jet put it on. I knew it. Because the sound effects are off, but we're getting a sound effect there. The fish were all likable at the beginning. The tank changes you. Yeah, I mean, familiarity breeds contempt. Combined with the fact that not only are you seeing them all the time, but you're seeing them at their lowest of their low. You know, trapped in a house.
What does the inside judge's boot smell like, Chris?
I actually wouldn't know myself.
It's like, I actually wouldn't know. Maybe I should figure out.
Like gold-coated sweat from one of the most highest prestige gyms. That's what I can imagine.
That is correct.
Maybe let me want to smell it and test it. I'm not letting fucking keep getting her name mixed up, damn! Both act pretty much the same.
They definitely don't. You talking about Trish?
Yeah.
Trish does not act like Letty, man.
I don't know,
Trish doesn't act like
shit.
Letty. Not even a little bit.
Mix up.
Letty was... I like Trish, but Letty was a lot more...
Was Letty promiscuous?
What?
Letty
was just a better contestant, a better character.
Look at the way she used to talk to everyone.
I'm just being honest. Like, if there was an all-star season thus
Trish
far, right?
Definitely.
I'll turn this down a little bit. Let's say we took the first 2 seasons and we combined them to make an all-star season, which I don't know for sure, but I do believe that will be coming down the pike at some point. I believe Letty, John, Brian, Cole, Jimmy, Sylvia.
No, she wouldn't technically count as black, but she acts kind of black.
So there's 6. You could do one. You could do a short season with 6, or not even a short season. You could just have a season where like 2 out of the or whatever. I'm not good at math, but there's 6 right there, right? Am I missing anyone? Am I missing anyone? Simmons? No, kidding. Josie, I guess. Well, yeah. I mean, she won. Of course, she'd be an all-star. And then maybe Vance. Right, so there's 8 people, right? There's a whole season by combining the best contestants, I guess you could say, from season 1 and season 2, right? Trish would not be one of those contestants, in my opinion. She's gotten this far in the game, but I think it's mostly because of circumstances outside of her or anyone's control, if I'm just being honest with you.
If anything, Brian was the Letty of this season. He played the heel so well. Get his ass back on the show.
And I can agree with that.
You know what? Now that you mention it, yeah. I keep mixing Trish and Letty up this
Trish ends up on the Maury show. Who here is the father?
Not me.
So that'd be 9 people.
I ain't going to no motherfucking Maury.
See, if there was an all-star season, I could see Lance being on there because even though he wasn't a fish, I mean, he was like, you know. I think if there is an all-star season, that should be open to more than just the fish, right? If there is really a prolific freeloader, right? And I think I think Lance being not only the first freeloader, but also setting the stage for finding doppelgangers and things like that, and being the only one who legitimately tried to be a doppelganger in that way, you know, like, man,
hold that
you know,
furring strip under your
I think he could be on there, so that's 10 right there, you know.
Nah. Won't even go and eat my tits, dude. I don't have any tits, dude. Look, it's not big enough.
Scott, do you know how many of the show have left genuinely discontented? You mean the fish?
They're big enough to hold a ciggy.
I don't know anybody.
See?
I gotta be honest with you. I mean,
Really?
you know, everybody that I've seen speak about it, they have spoken about it,
which is a fucking good thing,
in a way that makes me think they are. I'm gonna see if I can track Judge down as well. I'm curious what Judge is up to.
I did it again.
Vance is just kind of chilling there. Is he actually working out, or is he just chilling up there to chill up there? Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen anyone legitimately being like, oh, grr, like, this sucks, I hated it, oh, like, even people who are like, yeah, I don't think it was for me, they aren't saying it was, like, the worst experience or that people are bad or anything like that. That's just what I've seen. So it's like, you know, whatever. And also, like, I wasn't there for any of the eliminations. I was there for like one or two of the times where people were you know, downstairs after they ended up leaving in whatever form. I didn't get to talk to them though. I just kind of, you know, I went downstairs, I got my shit on, and I left. I think with how quickly people fell off this season, starting next with at least 12 fish might be worth it. That might not be a bad idea. You know, I think part of the reason why they started with 10 fish is because, for one thing, they have the space, but for another thing, I think they were like, hey, like, we want to make sure there's as many people as possible. That way we can be absolutely sure that we're going to have the people. Starting with 12 might not be a bad idea. You know, they can have more beds, or like people can sleep on couches and shit like that. You know. Lounge. Oh, there he is. I like how he's just chilling. Vance works out with Max. The one day power went out, they were working out in the dark. Ah, you see, I didn't know Vance was working out with Max. I didn't know Vance was, you know, doing any of that. Do you know who Bex is? Is she a Fishtank intern or a longtime associate? I'm not sure. I've never seen Bex before. You know, I've been doing stuff with Sam for about 2 years now, and granted, it's not like...
Can't wait for the new Chris Fish toy, Trish.
It's not happening.
You know...
No, we canceled that.
Probably, but no, they
wait,
were
what?
more like soulful.
He said he was going to cancel...
Too pornographic and exploitative. even for this show.
Damn. What was I gonna say?
I'm not a stripper.
I'm not a stripper. Oh yeah, like I've been doing stuff with Sam for a couple years, and like, you know, it's not like he brought me into like certain projects and things like that right away. Like, you know, I was just his boxing coach for a while, and I still kind of am, but I'm just lucky enough that he brings me into stuff like this, you know. But like,
now it's not in your hands.
I've been, you know, like the World Peace 2 shoots. I never saw Bex. I was there for 3 or 4 of them. Season 1, never saw Bex, right? I saw Max, right? And some people are saying that Bex is Max's girlfriend. I don't know if that's the case. You know, I don't think it really matters if she is or is not. You know, it's not like I'm like, so are you dating Max? Are you guys dating? I want to know. Like, that'd be weird, right? But yeah, I really don't know that much about Bex, other than she seems to be into crypto, and she makes music.
You are a dog catcher.
Isn't she Ben's girlfriend or something? No, she's not Ben's girlfriend. I know that for a fact.
Laugh out loud. Nigga works in a deli.
I thought Bex was dating Max. Probably part of hiring Max was hiring Bex. I don't think that would be the case.
How old are you?
23.
I mean, maybe they are dating. I don't know, but you know. Oh wait. All has what? Oh man, I couldn't read it in time. What's going on, Obscura? Thank you for the $4.99, man. Hope everything's going well with you. There's going to be something new on the Patreon soon. Yeah, so there's that. Stay tuned. One thing I liked about the Shinji fight is how well he maintained his form. He never resorted to brawling, kept his cool, and landed counters. Yeah, he did good. The only critiques that I have for him is that he would march into the pocket and he'd have his chin up, hands down, and he'd just start kind of like picking shots in a way that's not the way that he should have, right? And then the other critique is that he should have turned on his punches a little bit more. He was kind of throwing arm punches, just sort of like extending, right? Just kind of extending out and poking. I would have loved to see him get a little bit more turn into the punch, you know, bang, like that.
At the dog pound. Don't
Put
let
a little bit of
Jimmy
weight
in.
behind it.
Jimmy fucks dogs.
Man, a Jimmy fucks dogs after all this time.
Judge, get Brian's white ass back on the show. He was this season's Letty. I spent $10 to send this BC. You left the room. Jay.
Anyway, yeah, like, everything else, though, he looked really good, you know, and I was impressed.
You hear that, Judge? Trish has a job. Would you look at that? I guess that makes things easier.
Trish has a job. What job does she have? Did she say?
Socials again? No. Do you know Brian's socials, Greg?
Yeah, Tony Soprano, 88.
I don't know who's Brian.
It was Tony. It's a pun on Tony Soprano.
I don't know.
Tony Simprano? Is that him?
Tony Simprano?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something wicked this way comes.
Are they really
A
about
fat,
to bring him
grotesque
back
man.
in?
Something finger length, white and brown. Stay vigilant, Trish.
TTS says he's doing the Twitch.
He's doing Twitch now?
Hell yeah.
19 people watching.
You got 19 viewers?
Hell yeah.
Is he online right now?
Tony Simprano 88.
Oh,
Call him on Instagram.
Tony Simprano 88. Give him a follow there, gentlemen.
Hold on. I'm gonna see if he's live right now. Oh, guys.
You ready to go?
You see that?
I gotta whitelist the.
You guys ready?
I gotta whitelist that though.
Let's all assemble.
I don't know.
in
I thought I
the hallway.
whitelisted it already.
What the hell is going on? Who is that talking?
Anyway, for.
Oh, this is fucking stupid shit. Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't worry, we're gonna go back. I just want to see if he's live. There we go. Nah, he's not live yet. I mean, dude, 673 viewers is good.
Bring back Brian and see if she follows him around like a dog again.
He only just got started, like up until like now basically, and I fully expect this to go back down after Fishtank. But up until Fishtank started and I started doing the watch parties and stuff like that, I was getting like between 150 and like 300 viewers on my stuff, and I've been at this for like well over a year. So the fact that he's getting this kind of, you know, these numbers right now, that's something to build off of. He's just got to be consistent with it, and he's got to keep on just finding fun things to do, finding interesting things to do. He's also, you see, part of the reason I do this on YouTube is because I feel like it's probably a little bit easier to grow a YouTube channel than it is a Twitch channel. There's so many people on Twitch, and I feel like they probably don't even really have an algorithm per se. I feel like their front page, like these recommended channels, these aren't recommended to me because there's like an algorithm that's telling me what I might like and things like that. At the very least, YouTube has that. These are just people that Twitch likes. And that's it. Like, who the fuck is S-Fan TV? Games done quick. Blueprint, B-L-O-O. Like, that's, like, what's the point, right? Like, he's just got to make sure he's advertising, and he's advertising cross-platform. That's actually a way that I kind of fail a little bit. Like, I have a TikTok I haven't used in months because I hate TikTok. Twitter is probably the best place that I cross-platform advertise right now. I kind of stopped doing it on my Instagram because there's too many people that I know in real life on my Instagram, and I don't want them in my shit constantly, because I don't want them to see me say like the F word. Oh no, I said fuck, and then they're like, oh man, Scott swears. You know, fucking, which has happened a couple of times. I've had people who were like, oh, I saw your thing, and I'm like, what do you mean? How'd you figure out about that? And they're like, oh, your Instagram. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot you follow me. Damn. All right. Okay. All right. You know. But yeah, like Brian can do this. You know, Brian can do it. He's just got to keep on going, and he's just got to do the things that I'm talking about, you know? And I'm not some kind of pro or anything like that, and I'm not trying to act like I'm like, oh, dude, like, that's how I got successful. You want to get a little under 4,000 subs on YouTube? Look, here, listen to me, and I'll tell you how, all right? I'm the expert here, all right? They call me Mr. 4,000, all right? They call me Mr. Just Under 4,000, all right? You want to figure it out, you listen to me. I'm not trying to be like that. I'm just saying, like, I think there's probably, what is there? Potential. There's potential here, right? So, Brian, if you're watching, probably not, but if you're watching, you know, keep at it, dude. You're gonna do good. Yusuf Ronco says, still practicing the axe kicks. Us. Are you talking about you, or are you talking about Gold Striker? Is Gold Striker still up here? Either way, Yusuf, thank you very much for the $1.99. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, whoever's practicing axe kicks, I hope they're doing well. I'm wondering how much weight is on here. So that looks like a 45, a 45, a 10, and maybe a 10. I could be wrong about that. So that would be, and if this is a 45-pound bar, that's 45 times 2 is 90, times 2 is 180. Then that is 40, 180 plus 40 would be 220 plus 45. I don't know.
You should get him like an iPad to watch it on.
Yeah. Good idea.
Just make him a TTS moderator.
Make who a TTS moderator? Fucking, what's it called? Fucking,
Am I even in the bar?
Fatty?
Okay. Yeah, you are right now.
I just want to see him put it up. I'm not a weightlifter, but it is nice to see dudes fucking, like, hit some kind of PR type shit. Or, you know, hit their max. Oh, uh-oh. What's going on? Oh, wait, they're all in there now? I also just realized, my bad, guys. My bad. I done goofed. You think it's 305? You gotta be kidding me, dude.
What the fuck?
Alright, I'm gonna see if this works. If it doesn't work,
my guy.
I'm pretty sure he's
It's the
over
next
with.
person in.
Nah, actually, you know what? Nah, it'll be alright. It'll be alright. What I will do, though...
And tell your dealer I need 20 grams of what he's on. Seriously.
What I will do, though, is when they're done, in between, I'll go ahead and I'll put this here. It's 305. He benched it with advanced spotting the other day. Oh, that's nice. Good for him.
What was it say?
That boy ain't right. Dang it, Bobby. That boy ain't right. I sell propane and propane accessories.
Yeah.
I also got you a drink.
Damn, I'm sad we missed TJ. I didn't know they were going up there to do that.
Also brought you a message. Chris, after meeting you, I'm so pleased that you took somewhat of a liking to me. I was so appreciative.
All
that
hail
you
Mother
wanted to work
Canna.
with
That's
me
what it said.
And get better at my passion of art, as well as letting me help encourage you to get better with your physical health.
Kiss the knee of the king.
I know we might not always get along,
You gotta.
but
Remember, Trish, both holes.
if I can tell you want to make things better between us.
Chris, you should have Trish kiss your flap.
Last night, our little fish tank marriage, that was a very wholesome moment in this season. It was so funny that it even happened, but thank you for all your advice you've given me for the entertainment aspect of things. Thank you. And then I also finished the drawing that you wanted me to draw.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Can you show it to the camera, please?
Yeah, show these lovely people the new tattoo.
He wanted me to draw something with eyes, and also I incorporated the last drawing idea he wanted me to do.
Bitch won't even get on her knees to the king.
That's very true. I don't know, man. I think you should kiss the knee.
And how are you liking your food?
Kiss the knee. Kiss it right there.
Oh, yeah.
Could use a little more salt.
Yeah.
But it's tasty otherwise.
I don't think you could use a little more
Unfortunately, we
salt,
didn't have any
Fatty.
salt,
I'm
but
sorry,
I
dude,
did work
but
with
you know.
what we had.
Well, I mean, we do have salt in our tears.
Oh.
You should have cried
the
over
whole
this.
thing, but your blood, sweat, and tears in some.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Still, put heart into it.
Yes. But yeah, that's all I have for you.
That's a nice little spread.
Hey.
You can go ahead and send the next person in.
Thank you.
That was pretty underwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. Especially like having to follow TJ is like,
That was actually kind of sweet. Actually, really sweet.
Even the way she explains things is bland, yeah.
So, liquid, airsoft liquid press. Your mission is almost ending.
It seems freaky and backwards to first worlders, but where TJ is from, that nonsense is considered a sign of respect.
But you have two missions in here. First.
What's he got underneath there?
I couldn't prepare the song because of the language barrier.
Shinji, you should Nakadashi Chris's belly button. That is the best kind of tribute. Judge will be impressed.
You should
watch his belly
circumflex.
button. Circumflex, circumflex.
Take one bite. I hope you liked it.
Frank weighs 430
I need you to
pounds.
lift up my flap and take a sniff.
That's pretty crazy. I don't think he weighs 430. He probably weighs like well over
I couldn't
300.
prepare like very best food, but it became healthy now. The taste is not bad, but not good.
See, they think food is the way to his
There's
heart,
no
but
salt.
that's not the case because Chris is someone who wants specific types of food.
If I have
with
salt and onion,
specific,
spice,
I guess you could say,
but yeah, not best. So that's why.
I feel like I remember there was chili powder down there. So
I guess you could say criteria, right?
Yeah. So
Nagadachi.
I just did my effort.
Nagadashi.
Also, yeah. It's same way as
I don't know what that is.
It's Godzilla Chris.
Frank put some weight on between seasons. Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
Primetime with
I'm
Alex
looking
Stein is
at
being
their,
filmed live in the Fish Tank
like
at 7 p.m.
Trish,
EST tomorrow.
Chris,
Where'd you hear that
Argus
from?
and Mike
Gold Striker or Alex?
Man, well, thank you very much. Why don't you see the next guy on here?
Yeah, thanks for coming in here.
Scott, why do you look like a
Chris,
Wallace and Gromit NPC? I don't know.
Honor
He's hell out
to
of me, dude.
To me and Shinji gang. That is your final mission.
Thank you. Son of the next man.
Yeah, always. Very glad to see you.
Thank you. Hey, man.
Let's go! Thank you.
Peace.
I just want to see Chris like.
Going over this.
There you go.
Oh man, here we go.
This place is a lot smaller than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, now I know where all the bread
Who's gonna prance around like a gift?
Jesus. Anyways, freaking, I was all on the couch and I just thought of something. I'm like, I haven't seen Star Wars in a long time, but here's basically the first movie the best way I understand it. Man, it sure is boring around here. Luke, you're a cool guy. Shit, what the fuck? And here's the lightsaber. Your dad said you couldn't have it. Shit, what the fuck? And then he's like, Layla, I'm your only hope. Hello.
Greg, make sure you face the camera too and show the viewers as well.
Okay. Freaking Layla's like, you're my only hope. And he's like, okay, I guess we're going on an adventure. And then they drive around. Are these the Jedis you're looking for? Nah, these aren't the Jedis you're looking for. Shit, that's crazy, man. I hope you get by. And freaking CP3O, freaking is doing their own thing. They're like, what the hell are we? And R2D2 is like, and CP3 is like, damn, what the fuck are we? And then Jabba's like, and then Leia was like, oh no! And then, long story short, they go over to the place. Darth Vader's like, yo, I'm your father, bitch. He's like, no!
He's giving her.
And then they
like,
do a sword fight and everything.
He's giving him a
It's pretty damn
synopsis
cool.
of The Empire Strikes Back. Is that what's going on?
Now, is your hand okay? There seems to be blood on the pipe.
Yeah, I'll get better. You know, freaking, nothing a robotic arm couldn't change. That's all I got.
Well, you know what? I appreciate it.
You have a great day.
Me too. Send in the next person.
Yeah.
Pretty sure there's still one left, right? Yes, two, right? No, one.
Easy with the cursing, Greg. My kids are watching this with me, so ease up on the
Easy
fuck
with
word.
the cursing, Greg.
So, firstly, I just wanted to bring you a glass of water.
Oh, hell yeah.
And some chicken noodle soup and ramen, because I know you said you like to combine those two.
Well, heck yeah.
And I also fought long and hard in this long battle. And I defeated Darth Vader and took his lightsaber for you.
Oh, heck yeah.
And I made it just for you.
I appreciate it.
After I took it from Darth Vader.
You gotta demonstrate it.
Yeah, demonstrate that bad boy. Let's see how it goes. Tell me this story, how you kicked his ass.
So, he was on the Death Star, and I came in and I was like, hey, you know, there's this guy named Chris that I really need to impress. And if I don't impress him, then I'm gonna have to kill you for your lightsaber so I can impress him. And so I defeated him with my force powers.
These guys had an hour to think of
took
something.
his lightsaber, and I offer it to you.
Show the force powers.
It's true.
He's summarizing a film Chris has
Draining his
seen probably
balls is your only
600
shot
times
at winning,
exactly.
Tay. Just focus on those pretty blue eyes, like pools of cool water.
You force lightning.
That chicken soup was for you, Ted. I am disappointed.
I love seeing the door just crack with that much space.
Force.
I want to see her accidentally open to the camera.
Lift him up
You
and
see
choke
it
him.
go out.
With the force.
Do you feel it? Do you feel the force?
I feel something.
And you will feel the force once you have this lightsaber and become the ultimate Sith Lord.
Alright.
I was also gonna sing you a song, if you don't mind.
Go right ahead.
I want to see if she actually like.
So
sings
the
it.
song is called Whiter Shade of Pale by Procol Harum. Fuck. Okay.
Face the audience camera, too.
Okay.
No, because that'll make it easier
Fandango. Turn cartwheels across the floor. I was feeling kinda seasick.
I'll go ahead and I'll move this out of the way for now.
The crowd called out for more.
Sam needs to kick the door down out of nowhere.
The
That would be
room
pretty
was
good.
humming harder.
Face Chris, look in his eyes.
That's enough tag.
As the ceiling flew away.
Natural sensor there.
When we called out for another drink, the waiter brought a tray, and so it was later.
Would never let us
As the
go. We
miller
were his belly
told
slaves.
his tale,
We were all he had to do with his forever time. We would be
that
forever
her
with.
face at first just go sleep, turn to whiter shade of pale.
I actually do think this is good.
Beautiful. Thank
Chris
you.
Chris is a singer.
If you want, but
I think
I think that'll do.
Thank you.
you see?
Alright.
Right? I think Chris is
That was the last one.
Let's send in the judge and
I
let's
think-
give our verdict.
I think she's got it.
Upstairs and chill.
Yeah, she's
She
actually not
doesn't know
bad
I
at singing.
stopped recording. I'm just holding the camera up for respect.
Reminds me of Trish singing the ABCs and couldn't remember all the letters. That's hilarious, bro. I wish I saw that. It's probably the most polarizing fish yet. People either love her or hate her. Yeah. They're all very polarizing at this
Chris.
point. I think they were polarizing last season too.
Let's
because you
narrow
have
it
the
down. Who did we
parasocial
not
aspect.
like at all?
Oh, to start with TJ. What the fuck
Really?
was that? Was a drug trip and a half. But
Damn.
what the fuck was that?
I thought TJ's were awesome, man.
Oh, it's awesome, don't get me wrong, but like, when you're looking at it as a tribute, what the fuck's that? As a ritual? That's awesome.
He was channeling power, I think.
It didn't make any sense to me, and as a
You're
kid,
on it.
I would be freaked out by that.
Alright.
That's the type of thing I'd be calling guards on. Because you don't know what the fuck's going on. No
I thought
introduction.
TJ's was the best, to be honest with you, but all. This is obviously your challenge here.
The best one, I gotta be honest.
So who else was not good?
Well, this is not good. That's a good one, but I have to go Shinji.
You didn't like shit up? Yeah, I knew
His shit was his food was fucking bland.
Yeah.
No spices, buddy. There's pepper and chili powder in the cupboard.
Yeah, I knew you were not gonna like mushroom pasta.
Yeah, and then the picture, which is Godzilla me,
Vance, can you show that to the viewers?
very immature.
TW, 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 TW,
That's actually kind of
First, anyhow, and though there was a very major lane you give an effort, but the effort is not, let's win a show worthy, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Next up.
He also chose to copy a horrifying picture of you.
Yeah.
TJ was worshipping you as the god king you are. He was showing
Right,
his
that's
allegiance
what
to
she
the
said.
fatty
He's
warrior
basically is.
TJW.
Kraken sky.
I really think
Sam
TJ
doesn't
was
agree with what
worshiping you as a
assessment.
god.
See, that's the thing, right? You gotta look at it as if I were full-on king, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in that scenario, there was no introduction. There was no, this is a performance for you. A guy just came in acting all cracked out.
Mm.
As a king, and then back in previous times, don't get me wrong, it's a great performance.
Mm.
Vance
But,
asked Chris to lean back so you can get a nice
You
cock shot
gotta
for
be
season
able to
2.
let a king know
The
what
shock
you're
value is
doing.
worth your mental trauma.
It's gotta be very clear. That's the type of man I'd probably get some help.
The DVD box set should just be a picture of Chris's cock.
I'm down. We'll
Can we do that? Can we do that, Chris?
I'm probably, why not?
Alright,
Yo,
Vance,
Scott,
you
your
block
watch
the
Barry
viewer cam.
Lyndon, 3 hours, but it's
Block
worth
the
it.
viewer cam
It
so
isn't
we don't get
boring the
busted
whole
in the
time,
video
except
cam.
for intermission. What is
I
Barry
haven't had
Lyndon?
any butt-ass naked already.
You ever notice the more promiscuous someone
Chris,
is,
go
the
ahead
more
and give
shallow
Vance
they
the
are?
money
Yeah,
shot
of course.
there. Make sure, Vance, you block that camera. There you go.
But Yeah.
Oh, it's about
Cover
Irish
for a
people.
second.
Yeah,
I
maybe
gotta
I'll take a
zoom in
look at
with
it.
this camera.
Oh shit.
And then I gotta uncover the viewer camera.
Fatty said, Fatty thinks TJ was the worst, but Sam likes TJ the most. I don't know. I mean, I didn't get to see TJ's is the issue. We started a little bit late.
Okay, I will cover the viewer camera. Okay, you got that?
Oh, it's a movie?
Got it.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's like DVD cover.
Sam was
Maybe
about to front kick
turn the
Chris
camera
through the
90
wall.
degrees so that it's, for the DVD cover.
Like,
Yeah, you know what I mean, right? When you get the DVD, it's not
I'm probably going to
landscape,
get out of
it's
here
portrait.
soon, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, autofocus doesn't want to detect.
You're going to have to manually focus on it.
Okay, let's,
What the hell
Force
is
choked
going on?
Grace and myself to death because of how shitty of a singer she was.
I want to
John's
move
advice
this,
will remove the wall.
but like, I'm scared of what might happen if I do move it.
That's
And
insane.
then,
Thank you,
Vance
Chris.
removes his hand.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for your service. Oh my god.
It's gonna be fucking great.
Collector's item.
What did they have to?
That could be like a limited
What did he
edition
have to raise his fat
version. Because I don't think everybody wants. I don't think everybody's gonna want Chris's cock, but I think it'd be worth like.
Yep.
Sell 50 of those.
This is 100% going into the episode when they edit it. Oh yeah. There's
or
no
you
way
should
it's not.
print out a picture of those in a few of the copies. So then it's like the golden ticket.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't like Shinji's, the language barrier.
Yeah, there was a lot there.
I didn't like Shinji because he was
very
Japanese.
The next one up would have to be. So we're getting here to the top like 3, right? That would have to be in third place. Would be surprisingly Trish.
Trish.
I love staring at Chris's little dong so much. I want to nibble on it like a Vienna sausage. It looks succulent. Oh.
Trish. Now, she brought in some really good snacks.
Yep.
Really good stuff. Oh no, there's 4 more to rank. So Trish is number 4.
Trish is number 4?
In the top, like 5, number 4 is Trish.
Okay.
Trish hates you, fatty.
Great
Trish
artwork.
hates you, fatty. Trish hates you, fatty.
Good food.
Trish hates you, fatty.
Great
Trish
attitude.
hates you, fatty. Trish.
Who could have done more? There's some work that needed to be done there.
You did get a heartfelt message from her.
Very heartfelt.
I think that was
But then again,
sweet, and that took a lot of that took courage. Yeah.
It took a lot of courage.
Yeah.
But the thing is, a king tribute.
You're buying that if it goes on the website. Would you buy a Chris's dick
But see, a
NFT?
king's tribute should hold value, not personal value.
Okay.
That's like the value you put on a family photo compared to a
Has he
Mark
picked a winner yet? Not quite.
Number 3, I've got to give it to Greg. He knew who I was
Greg
and
in third
decided
place.
to do a comedy bit where he acted out some of the scenes of Star Wars.
Yep.
And though it wasn't a physical value, there was an entertainment value in that that is unattainable, at least in most aspects, in most of these contestants. Some have
extremely valuable.
entertainment, but that one right there.
The winner should smoke the fermented cigarette. Imagine the smell.
Let's do this,
Winner
Chris.
should
Let's
smoke
get to
what
the top
cigarette?
3 is gonna be Greg, who and who. Don't say 1 and 2. Just say the top 3. Random.
Next up.
Don't say next up.
Okay.
Next up the order. Actually, no. Who's 1 and 2? Who's 1?
Who's 1 and 2?
Number 1, though it is a very tough choice, I've got to give it to Tay.
To Taylor. Who's number 2?
And number 2 is Oliver.
Oliver. Okay, let's bring Greg up here. Let's have you explain your position, okay?
Chris, tell Judge Robertson for
I have to say, I'm pretty
Greg.
surprised about the Oliver thing. But then again,
Greg!
now that I think of it, I don't think I actually saw Oliver's either. So
Skitsy!
I guess
Can you come up
maybe
here?
Oliver's was like really good. I'm pretty sure Oliver made the weed poster, right? All hail Mother Kenna.
Skitsy! Come up here real quick.
Yeah.
Here.
Judge just put the shot of his package in the show. It's worth the shock value to use it as a transition.
Just stand
Vance
next
said the
to
camera wouldn't
Chris.
focus on it.
Chris,
Judge was
explain
like,
to him
you have
your...
to focus manually.
Gotta be honest here. Me.
He's that fake Mr. Beast guy anyway.
Explain your take here, Chris. What's
I
up?
forget who exactly he is.
When it comes to the tributes given,
Chris W, 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 Trick.
when it comes to our top 3 tributes,
Vance thought it was over last year, but the money is too good. He can't quit the game.
Scott, does weed make you good at fighting? No.
something fun and different.
Makes you good at being
You
a
brought to
fucking
the table
idiot.
something that had a different value from everyone else, but was valued highly nevertheless.
I'm glad you like it.
It is like the difference between valuing a picture of your family to
A bar of
5
gold.
minutes with Mr. Beast talking about business.
Yeah.
And there's the difference with that, and the value comes in the different types.
Craig,
You
say
came in
never.
with an entertainment value that blasted through the ceiling, knocked anyone's out of the water.
Well, I really
I
appreciate it.
appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate that you like it, man.
Heck yeah. Enjoy yourself in knowing you are the Brahms tribute.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, 3rd place, Greg. Very good job.
That's better than I thought I would do.
Very good job, brother. All right, and 2nd place was
Ollie.
Hey, Oliver!
What's his
Oliver!
channel called?
Here, stand next to Chris.
Yo, Vance, love Joyride. Keep it up, brava.
Could you kneel? It's just better for this.
Take one knee, like a knight. Like you're being knighted.
Alright. Ready? My friend, when it comes to the top 3 people who have made their sacrifice, you have come in at number 2. You are.
Scott, are you gonna review TJ's confessional before the end of the stream? I could do that. I could do that. Somebody sent it to me.
I mean, come on, Bueno Chocolate, that's hard to deny. You came in.
Sorry, I'm gonna go
friend,
here, right?
And you greeted me as such. And as a king,
really,
I
what's
value
important is that you hear,
people
Fatty.
who respect me more than I value precious items. For respect is a very hard thing to earn and get. That being said, I want you to be proud today. Your performance have gained you the Silver Star. And though it may be the Silver Star, it still shines twice as hard. So, be proud of yourself today. For you have brought great titles to your name. The new name, the Silver-Starred Ollie.
Thank you.
My friend, congratulations on your stance.
I want to see how small I
You
can
are
get
now
this.
a Jedi Knight.
Should you do a hug?
It's an honor.
Get in there.
You keep strong out there, alright?
Alright.
Be brave.
Good job, Oliver.
Alright, guys. We're gonna see him address Tay. I thought he said Tay was in 2nd, Oliver was in 1st. I was confused. I was like, oh really? Like Oliver won? But no, Tay. I thought Tay would win because she was the only one who sang a song in that way, you know? And you could see Chris was really like, man, alright.
Oh my.
Yeah.
And if you could kneel also.
Yeah, kneel, please.
Yeah.
On the floor, please.
Why is everyone acting like the Emperor is wearing clothes when I can see that he is clearly not nigga?
Now, Tay, you have
Don't do it too small. If he moves, it's Jover.
quite a bit. Now, as a king, kings need to be
I'll
able to
go a
look
little
at each
bit bigger.
individual subject
I think
and
we're good
see
there.
on a more deeper level.
Maybe a
Not
little
just
bit
the
bigger.
value and cost they bring, but the value in heart, courage, and bravery. You came in not only offering something of actual monetary value in the sacrifice of food, you also thought of your king's thirst needs and brought some water.
Damn, it's
Not only
midnight
that,
right now.
but you gave a performance, something I could tell you put a lot of heart and soul into. And though you are not on the levels of Rihanna, you will stand strong next to her as one of those brave motherfuckers who went out there and did it regardless. You make me very proud to call you one of the Golden Star members. You really put the work in, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Chris, don't get your hopes up. Paley only goes
Be
for chicks.
strong, shine on, and carry that big metaphorical dick around like an elephant with a trunk.
Yeah. Okay.
Inferiority complex.
Your voice is fucking awful. You were constantly off key. And you
Let's get a hug in there, please.
Black.
Get in the deep into the rolls.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Take
no,
it
this
your-
ain't a
your right
side
arm on the flap.
hug. This is a
Get inside,
my
lift
grandma
it up,
wants
lift
a
it up,
hug,
lift it up.
and I'm not gonna see her for a
Cross his
while.
hand.
Get
Prove
inside.
your allegiance
Oh
and
yeah,
thank
Good
you
hug.
for
oh
his
yeah,
mercy.
get it in there. Get that right in there. I want to see you supporting the roles.
Gold star.
Jay, you're now a Gold Star member, and you have another $1,000 for your racist crochet business.
All right.
Hell yeah.
So
excellent.
I'm gonna end the stream after this, but we're gonna react to this. At least it's 20 minutes long. We're gonna react to this up until the point where he mentions me, because I want to see what he has to say specifically. I know it's something good, but you know. All right.
I feel like I've been sort of talking to you guys the whole day, more so than usual.
It's crazy how different he looks. I haven't seen him from this angle since he shaved since before he shaved his hair.
What else there is to say? I'm very thankful to be here. Even though I've been fucking dicked on a lot and humiliated.
If this kid shows up on your doorstep screaming with a gun after the show, it's your fault, Scott. It is. I sent him down the path.
I don't know. It feels normal now since I've been here for like a month straight. And a bit more. So it's sort of become, in a way, I don't want to say that, but it's been like, it's become more normal. Like, to expect fucked up shit to happen any moment. Drama to spring out at any second.
Yeah, you
get
probably
picked on. But
probably develop a hairpin trigger.
Yeah.
You're just constantly like, you know.
I feel like even though I've been chastised by like Ben, Jet, Judge, and them that I'm boring and I should do more stuff and all that shit, like, you know, that I'm a pussy and shit. I think I'm confident that my being here, I don't mean to sound like like I have an ego here, because I think everyone a contestant, everyone in this house I think has done this, honestly. Where
yeah, if you have an ego, Justin Mix will come after you.
Really, there's no reason Taylor shouldn't be there for your final art. Let her see you win for yourself. She will screw.
TJ just needs to join a surfer gang like Keanu Reeves in Point Break. John, what was his name? Johnny. Shit.
Do things faster. You think for too long before you take action. Step up.
I know, I should. I know.
It's like Johnny Omaha or some shit like that. I'm curious now.
I'm really appreciative to be here. I still can't believe I'm here. I still can't believe this is being aired on the internet and that there's thousands of people watching. I'm very happy to be here, and I think I've given
Johnny Utah
myself to this, where it's helped maybe elevate it a little. Not to say, I don't mean to sound cocky, because I think literally everyone has, but it's just a good feeling to know that I've also done that.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the karate bit. Like as we get closer and closer to the end, and as we get to the end, right, I'm weighing as to whether or not I want to do an AMA of some form, right? Whether it's on here, whether it's on like Reddit, or like even fucking just posting a fucking selfie to 4chan or something like that. Anything, right? And I'm not 1,000% sure as to whether or not I want to do that, because for one thing, I feel like people will ask questions that I'm not 1,000% I that's the second time I said that. I feel like there's going to be people who ask questions that I really don't have answers to. Either that, or I'm at the very least not going to have satisfying answers. And in addition to that, they're going to ask questions that even if I do have an answer, I'm not sure if I want to answer it, right? It might be better for me to just kind of leave whatever I could or want to say unsaid. But regardless, man, regardless of what happened, I am just very thankful that I was able to have an impact on the show. And I don't care what anyone says or said about anything. You know, the early days of the show, that broke the fucking fan base when Summer started freaking the fuck out, you know, and I had a hand in that. Like, it was me and Sam. You know, we both fucked with her, and, well, that happened. Meg doing the wall sits, Jimmy, right, being exposed for the first, like, real time, doing the body shot sparring and things like that. Me grappling with Brian. People were in my inbox thanking me for putting Brian in a high mount position, right? Because it looked like my nuts were in his face, right? They were like, they loved the hell out of that. I know that I made an impact on the show that was good. Regardless of what may have been said, may have been done, may have affected it, you know, at any given point, right? And I know I'm going to be back, don't get me wrong, but, you know, when I see hate, when I see someone like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that, right? I just remember, like, damn, like, there's so many people who love the hell out of what I did and what I do, you know, and I'm just thankful for those people at the end of the day, you know, like, I think the issue with TJ right now isn't necessarily that he feels a certain type of way. It's that he's afraid to feel a certain type of way. He's sort of afraid to take up that emotional real estate. And because of that, he says things like, oh, you know, like I was, you know, I added to it. I did good. I was part of this season and I made it what it was. Oh, but I don't want to sound like I have an ego. It's like, you don't sound like you have an ego, dude. That's just the truth of the matter, you know? The reason why he had such a hard time taking initiative and doing other stuff like that is because inside his head, he's constantly unsure of what he should do and how he should go about it. And he's too worried about, like, oh, what if somebody, like, feels, like, angry or sad or, anything. Well, what if somebody feels bad? What if somebody doesn't like what happened? What if somebody gets angry at me? And I kind of know because I used to be the same way a little bit, and I can be the same way still to this day. Meeting new people is still kind of a bit of a weird thing for me. Sometimes there's people I just click with right away. Like Mix was one of those people. Our icebreaker was so crazy that and I'm not saying we're like friends or anything like that. Like I said, I'm still not even 1,000% sure of what her intentions were bringing me on yesterday. But, like, our icebreaker was so crazy. It was so out of left field right away that I was just immediately comfortable with her going into her DMs and, like, talking to her about things and stuff like that. You know, sending her unsolicited pictures in her DMs. Frank, right? Frank Hassel, that was somebody else I said that I was like really comfortable with right out the gate because he's just like an easy guy to talk to. But with that said, there are a lot of other people like, you know, Nick Rochefort, again, another example of, you know, somebody who I met through Sam, through being involved with MDE stuff. And I feel like I kind of dropped the ball on that first impression there, right? And it's because, like, I can still be a little bit like inside my own head. So like I get where he's coming from, and really what he just has to do is he just has to say fuck it, you know? At the end of the day, like you can walk out of somewhere and never go back there and never see the people that you saw again, and you'll just carry on with your life and everything will be fine. Like that's the way that it is. That's one way that I try to look at things. Another way is just kind of understanding that, like, you know, nobody's better than me necessarily. Nobody has more of a right to talk or be fun or funny or to lead something than I do. You know, at the end of the day, like, it just comes down to whether or not I'm gonna do or say something. And sometimes things fall flat. There were a couple of jokes that I made, and thank God they didn't get picked up on the microphone for the Sam and Nick After Dark episode that I did. But the second Sam and Nick After Dark episode I did, I got a little tipsy on the Andre that Charles brought, and I made a couple of jokes, and some of them landed, some of them didn't, and like the ones that didn't land, like, oh well, whatever, you know, I just kind of moved on. Everybody moves on. But anyway, let's keep on going, you know.
Even though there's drama between like everybody, I personally don't. Well, I don't.
See, even now.
Hate anyone here.
Stop flexing without a shirt on, bro. My girl watches this show, fuck man.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, there's no reason to hate anyone there. It's a game, you know. If you hate somebody, you're gonna make a bad decision.
I feel proud of myself for being in the Final Four. I know like 3 people like dropped out on their own accord. One of them got voted off.
You see, he's sitting here. I'm proud of myself. Look, I know. 3 people dropped out. He's like, I'm proud of myself. Oh, but it's okay. I'm not delusional here. Like, you can just be proud of yourself, bro. You don't gotta explain it. Again, that's like an issue that I have too.
Still, I've made it through. I've made it through. Still thinking about. I mean, you guys can obviously disagree, but I don't know if just bringing Taylor back for the final or something.
You've been the most fucked with by far. That nigger is retarded.
Jeez, dude.
Thank you. I don't know about that though.
TJ, if this is art, what should be the next arc for you? Be creative, strive for beauty, egoless. When you first call it up.
But I'm trying to think about. I'm trying to.
TJ, I sold all my crack to send this. Don't overthink this. Just win. Even if you lose, you have a prize waiting outside.
Yeah, that was good. That was good advice there.
Thank you.
Don't think, just win.
Always loved you. But
TJ, alpha, be a King Kong. Fuck everyone else. Be a man. Act faster. Smash it.
I do need to act faster. I mean, you guys know. I think way too much. I overthink things way too much. I know what I should do, but I don't do it.
Really?
Because I'm scared.
Hold up. Oh, is it on Twitter or is it on Twitter or is it on? Oh yeah. You see right here? Teach Taylor and TJ boxing, or is that boring? See, that's what I'm talking. That is. Who's that? Is that? Who is that? Who is that? Who was that guy who was walking downstairs? He didn't look familiar. See, that's kind of what I was talking about some of the things that I saw was. By the way, does anyone know the ratio of how much it won by? Was it a small or a big margin that it won by? But that's kind of one of the things that I was talking about regarding like some of the hate and some of the things that I see from like the fan base and stuff like that. I don't necessarily know if I want to talk about certain things, and that's what's making me wonder if I should even bother doing an AMA because if there's a hard question, I want to be able to answer it, but I'm also not going to answer a hard question if I feel there's no real benefit to it, and I don't know if there's a benefit to answering some of the questions that I'm anticipating that I'm going to be asked. 97%? Really? 97% of people said they want boxing training? Well, fucking, I hope he hits me up for it. Anyway, moving on.
And I shouldn't be. Because I don't know.
You know, I had stuff
If I
planned
make
for
a
the
mistake,
karate. That's all I'll
it's just a
say.
mistake.
You
If
know,
I make a
stuff
mistake,
planned that
it's just
I
a
don't
mistake.
think is gonna get to
Everyone
happen.
makes
But you
mistakes.
know,
Shit happens.
I'll go back.
If I
Sorry.
make a mistake, it's just a mistake. If I make a mistake, it's just a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. Shit happens. And
See, as somebody who also beats himself up and I ruminate on things and stuff like that, I want to talk to TJ and I want to see if I can find out about him. I want to know about his early life and things like that because I want to know if he has a similar early life to me. I'm not about to like go on like a boo-hoo, woe is me, right? Fuck that. But part of the reason I am the way I am is because there are things that caused me to internalize certain behaviors, or maybe not internalize, maybe pathologize. I feel like both of those could work. You know, and because of the way that I was brought up, the way I was raised, and because of the way I was socialized, it kind of gave me this weird complex where I felt like I had to walk on eggshells around people constantly all the time. You know, people can get away with it whatever they want, but the second I try to do something, I get like screamed at, you know, and things like that. You know, that's kind of the mindset that I had. So I kind of was like, oh, like I should probably just not advocate for myself. I should learn to live in the margins. I should learn to live in the cracks that other people aren't even interested in trying to live in order to be left the fuck alone. Because that's really all that I ever wanted, was to just be left alone to be able to do the things that I want to and need to do, right? I'm not someone who has bad intentions. I'm not someone who, like, tries to cause trouble or anything like that. And I'm not saying I'm perfect or that I've never caused trouble. I've done some really bad things before growing up, you know, things that like I wish I could take back and I feel shame about to this day. But like I don't want to talk about it too much. I feel like it's something that I could talk about later, maybe another time, because we are like, it is past midnight. I want to get through this, but like I think potentially what TJ's problem could be is that he was kicked around too much, and his way of coping with that was constantly overthinking things, trying to avoid trouble, being willing to put up with certain things that he really should not be willing to put up with, and living in a way and being a way that is not beneficial to him. And it sucks. I don't want that for him. I don't want that for anybody, because that was me for a long time, and it really fucked me up, dude. You know? It really fucked me up. It fucked my life up. Really, did he? Nice. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know if anyone. I don't know if anybody. I don't know if anybody said. I don't know if anybody from here is the one who said that. But if you are, thank you. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate the hell out of it. Thank you so much. You know. Yeah. Thank you guys, and thank you guys so much for the love, man. For real. I wish I could express it in a way that was more than just being like thank you, you know. I'm not really a crier or anything like that, you know. So if you guys are expecting tears of joy and you know, thank you, Eric B. Thank you so much, man. Thank you very much. But yeah, let's keep on going. Yes, Eric W. Indeed.
No one is perfect. Mistakes are a part of life. And I gotta realize.
Try to think of what you want. Animal brain initiative. Just be yourself and choose love and happiness. Do what you want.
I do choose love and happiness. I do choose love and happiness.
But do you though?
I deserve love and happiness. Judge says I don't necessarily deserve a girlfriend or something. I do. Maybe that can be something that goes to my arc or something. Art. I'm really trying to be creative. Just that conclusions can be so difficult, you know.
Inclusion?
I personally don't really think bringing Jimmy back will be very good. I know there's sort of a thing like I don't want him to be here, but also I think everything that's happened already is satisfactory enough. That's sort of like why I don't really want to bring Taylor, because it's like sort of the same thing, where I think emotionally we got everything we can out of them. I sort of rejected Taylor for the show, and I beat Jimmy for the show.
You didn't reject her for the show.
If you end up with a she-moon instead of your true love, I will hunt you down.
I'm kind of worried. Every day makes me more worried. I'm just afraid of what fucked up things will happen tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow will be...
To be honest, the hard part's over.
Until we leave.
It's a game of endurance, and... Hold on. So, I want to say, right? Fish tank is a game of endurance, alright? And when you are in the fish tank, the hard part is getting through the first 3 or 4 weeks. Once you're through the first 3 or 4 weeks, the last 2 should be not that bad. And I wasn't in the house, right? Maybe after another season or 2, I'll go ahead and I'll talk to all the contestants that I'm able to get access to, and I'll write a book on it. But the way I see it, by my estimation, Fish Tank is a game of endurance, and once you get through the first 3 or 4 weeks, the last 2 are going to be on the easier side. You just have to be willing to have a good sense of humor. That's it. Right? That's it. Just a good sense of humor, and understand that it's better to be in on the joke than be the butt of the joke. If you are laughing, then everybody's laughing with you. Okay? Really, that's... You know, that is what it is. I used that same thing when I was with Minx last night. You know, she said something that was funny. I didn't have a comeback for it. I laughed. It gave me some time to think of something to say, right? Same thing with her chat. Her chat said something that was genuinely funny, and instead of being like, what, no, I was like, oh man, fuck, that was a good one. That was a really good one. I'll give you that one, right? You look a lot better if you're just able to be like, oh, dude, man. And it's easier for you to deal with. I genuinely think there's some subconscious thing that goes like, oh, he's laughing right now, so this must be okay, right? And I think that's just what he's got to do. Really? Are they doing boxing stuff in bedroom 3? Alright. I'll check it out real quick.
Imagine that this part of his paw is his chin. Okay. That's where you really want to make your impact, okay? And TJ, when that hand comes in, give it a little bit of pressure.
I want to get through this. Alright, I want to get through this. I'm going to go up to the point where he mentions me, and I want to hear what he has to say about me, right? I don't think it's going to be anything huge or anything like that. It's just that, like, you know, I'm about to hop off, right? If they started doing this at like 10, I'd be like, oh shit, no, I know what we're doing for the next 4 hours, right? But it's a little bit past midnight. It's 12:30 a.m., you know?
That's crazy to think about. It's crazy I've been here this long.
A conclusion is like a resolution. What's the kind of resolve you want to implement in your story?
Nice. But I wish I could have said goodbye to Frank. I know he fucked with me, gives me all that shit, but also when he like actually like was real and talked to me, he really gave me some good advice as to when he said that during group that he used to be a lot like me when he was younger. I was surprised. I wish I asked him how I could sort of break the mindset that or how to better myself and be more assertive, animal-brained, like him, because I need it. And he really inspired me to.
The Taylor and Jimmy plot lines are finished. You had your hero arc. Now all you have to do is win it. Don't overthink it.
That's what I'm saying. I think bringing back past people might just be repetitive.
You don't have to agree with Judge's values.
You don't.
You are the Ubermensch. You manifest your own.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that, dude. You see, he's thinking too much about what's going to be good for the show and not what's going to be good for him.
Yeah, Frank really inspired me. He really taught me that I need to be more mean, be more animal brain. And even though, I mean,
A rematch with the judge could be interesting, but you
see, it's not that he needs to be more animal brained, right? It's that he needs to be more.
I agree. I agree. I hope so.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure he actually mentions me here, but it's not that he has to be more animal brained. He just has to be more decisive, right? You know, I think he's equating, and this is a problem that people like us have. Whether he is like this because he's similar to me, or you know, if we both just happen to have a similar problem that we arrived at from two different angles. People with that problem tend to equate decisive action with like smooth brain shit, like animal brained bullshit, right? And it's not a good thing, you know. You don't want to think of it like that, because, you know, then that's how you end up like this, you know. It's probably because there was somebody in his life, I would assume anyway. There was probably somebody in his life that was like a shithead who treated him like ass, and they did it so unapologetically, and they did it without any hesitation at a moment's notice. They potentially even would just switch up, like they're hanging out with somebody or something like that, and that person is like being chill, and then out of nowhere, bang, you know, they just like start like coming at him. I don't even mean physically. I mean like they just start being a dick for no reason, you know. It sucks, but, you know, it doesn't mean decisive action is animal brained, you know? And I think it's important to say something about that. Yeah, I know they're teaching him to box right now, which is good. You know, I'm happy about that. And they said they were going to be bringing me back, which is cool. I would check that out, but I'm about to hop off after this.
I mean,
A rematch with the judge could be interesting, but you really got to train. You are terrible at boxing. Hopefully Sifu returns.
I agree. I agree. I hope Sifu returns.
They want you to be ruthless and make everyone like that. Take initiative. You can do this. We love you.
Love you too.
Well, I will be returning.
I hope Sifu returns. Like, I don't know what a rematch with the judge will like resolve though, because.
TJ, I commend you for trying to make things right after beating up Ted.
No matter how hard you have pushed them, these fish love you because they know you care about them, Scott. It may only be a few hours at a time, but you've already made a good impact on them. And, I mean, that to me says it all. Like, you know, Trish, the last time I was there, Trish asked me, like, hey, like, how do we get in on the boxing? I want to box. And I was like, oh, I'll be here a couple days later. I didn't know it'd be 2 weeks. I didn't know it was gonna be 2 weeks. Oops. You know, Taylor, like Shinji saying that I am his kickboxing instructor. Like, the fish love me, and that's good because not only do I push them hard, but I also fuck with them too. You know, I make jokes and things like that at their expense. I make fun of them straight to their face, but they don't care. They love me anyway. And like that, you know, chances are it's because they know that I'm just doing it for the show, that I'm not like really an asshole. You know, neither is Sam, neither is Frank. Like, you know, Frank goes really far, but I don't think he personally is an asshole. He seems like a nice guy. What was I gonna say? Yeah, like it doesn't matter to me if there's people out there who think the karate is boring or anything like that. The fact that these guys want me to come back, that's enough for me, right? Because really the karate was for them in the first place. Anything extra that I did was just a way to make it a little bit more interesting to me and hopefully anybody who was watching. And, you know, some things are some people's cup of tea, other things are not people's cup of tea. All right, whatever, it's all good. But I'll let it go a little bit farther. I think that's probably all he had to say about me. And, you know, we'll call it quits after that because it's fucking 12:30 a.m. That's crazy.
I can see the confliction in your face. Good man.
Thank you. It was hard. It was a...
TJ is the truth. Keep it up. You have much potential. You should write 501 on the walls. You never forget 501 forever.
Maybe I won't.
Tay's punches look solid. Did you teach her that? Yep.
But, okay, first, the judge thing. So the rematch, like, again, I think that might be a little, like, I don't mean to, like, I'm not being, like,
I don't think he needs to rematch the judge.
Like, let's say, hypothetically, Sifu and I, like, trained, like, for...
You gotta bring Taylor back. Everything you have done thus far was to prove to yourself that you were worthy all along.
You know, there's no point in doing so.
Maybe, but hypothetically, if Sifu and I trained for like 9 days straight, like, I couldn't defeat Judge.
TJ, you are assertive. I wish I was half the man you proved to be when I, as in my 20s. Do these private talks are they, bro?
Thank you, man. I can't believe someone said that to me. But thank you. Like, I don't know what else rematch with the judge would, like, really prove, as opposed to the past, you know?
Yeah, and that's a good point. I don't think it's gonna prove anything, right? I don't think he really needs it. I'm gonna do one thing. Oh, hold up. You guys like my little thing? Where's the spaces? Get out of here. Where's the spaces? How do you find the spaces though? I want to see if I can hop in here.
Saturn, what do you gotta say? You got a question? One question. I'll kick you. You're complicated.
I only got one question. I was just gonna ask Jimmy. Well, would you possibly share your PlayStation Network account? And what games
I'm gonna see
do you
real
have?
quick if I can get a speaker roll in like the next less than 5 minutes.
I mean, maybe
I'm gonna jump in there.
I share my PlayStation Network account, probably not publicly or anything. I mean, fuck, I got a lot of games. I got Nintendo 64, I got GameCube, I got PS2, I got Xbox, I got 360, I got PS4, but for PS4, I mean, mainly I just play Fortnite. Trying to... Well, no, I haven't played Elden Ring in a while. Dark Souls, like, before I went on to the show, I was just doing, like, this surprisingly fucking hard challenge where I'm trying to play a Judge Judy build, so it's hammers only. And right now...
I'm out of here. That does sound hilarious, though. Judge Judy build, so it's hammers only. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna get in. There's probably too many people there, and they don't know. You know, they probably don't recognize me like that either. I'm a very easily forgotten force in the Fishtank world. You know, I was in the tank for more time than like Ella was, right? Yeah, I was. If I remember correctly, I was in the tank for more time than Ella was, but Ella was still more remembered from season 1 than I was, which I'm not upset about at all. I'm just saying, like, a fact, right? People don't remember that I was in season 1. I wasn't in any of the fan art or anything like that. That's one thing that, like, people made fan art of me, and I was so fucking thankful for that. You know, Coma Lives, Jehovah, New Drobs. There was a couple more people, too. I'm sorry that I don't remember who else, but, like, thank you guys so much for that, because that was one thing that, like, I was like, oh, man, I would have loved to be in the fan art. And then these guys made fan art without even asking me, like, hey, do you want anything? They just made me some stuff that I appreciated that so much, man, for real. You know, I'm not on the Fishtank wiki, and, you know, I think if I get remembered, it's probably going to be as some kind of, like, joke or something like that. I do like some of the memes about me that I see, even the ones that are meant to be at my expense. I do think they are kind of funny. You know, there's a certain old internet feel to some of the memes that I see about myself that I do enjoy. Yeah, I know Sam's teaching boxing right now, but I'm actually about to hop off, so you know that is that. I just keep you know, I keep finding things that I want to take a look at. But again, thank you guys so much, for real. Thank you all so much for the love. Thank you for you know, being here. Like, whether you guys stick around 2 or 3 weeks from now, whenever, you know, when it's over, whether you guys all dip, thank you so much for being here now, for real. Yeah, Joe Butt Slasher, what happened to the ego, dude? I got mogged so hard by Minx that I had to go to a guru to learn how to release my ego, and I did it in one night. That's how good I am at releasing my ego. That's how awesome I am at not having an ego, that I was able to release it in one night. Anyway, thank you all, for real. Thank you so much. Peace out.